Holy shit, look at that guy on the wrong side of the highway. He's going to kill somebody.
God!
Hey! Hey!
What's going on? Joker wants to race. All right, come on, let's go.
Put your window down!
He wants something. He's probably drunk.
You're going the wrong way!
What?
You're going the wrong way!
We're going. Yeah, how could he know? Thank you.
You're going in the wrong direction! You're going to kill somebody! You're going the wrong way!
What is it? Hey, come on. Let's go, Captain Lindpress. Try again. Hey, everybody. Is there a window open? I feel a draft. Wanted a kiss? I'd call your mother. Oh, that was a good one.
Hey, prehistoric forest.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Andy. I shouldn't have called an apple fritter a donut.
Really? What changed your mind?
Well, might have been that 2x4 you hit me with out there. Hurts here, a little bit here, but mostly here.
Yeah, well, Miss, are apple fritters donuts?
Absolutely.
I knew it. Yeah, well, anyways, I'll have a waffle.
It's Christmas in July. What is up, everybody? Dennis and Andy here to put you in the holiday spirit. We've got snow falling behind us. I've got my temperature turned down to a cool 69. So I get a little bit of chill up in here.
Do you now?
Hell no. 69. I don't need to be that cold up in my office. It's at 71.
That's right. I knew that was garbage. There's no way you would be a bit chilly, even to push a sales pitch. You'd have to be goosebumps on your arms.
Well, you know, if we waited to Christmas to launch this campaign, then nobody would get it before Christmas. And that's the whole point of the campaign, is so people can get it before Christmas. Oh, hold on here. Let's see. I don't need that up anymore.
I'll do this while you're doing it. Hey, Randy.
Oh, there you go.
Merry Christmas, barbarians. I'm on the road today, but we'll be back when the link comes out. All right. Well, link is out. Matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and pop that up there.
The link is there. I still, let's see. Hold on. Let's hope this happens instantaneously. Launch campaign, launching.
It's only
share
100
with friends.
In Charlotte. I know. I just got back from California, from the San Francisco area, where it was a balmy 64, 67 degrees every day. And then I get
Oh
back
my
to
God.
Charlotte and it's hot. Blackjack
Oh,
90 to 6 degrees in Southern Cal, right? Can't even think about Christmas. Well, maybe this will help get you in the mood for Christmas because it takes a little bit of time to put it out.
that's right.
Detail
So
says it's 70 degrees there, and Marcus is not on the road today. Whoa, what a good day to have Marcus aboard then. What a great
70
one.
degrees. Tippy tail, where the heck are you that it's 70 degrees? My God. I see that is perfect weather. Nice fall, nice spring. But we're talking about Christmas in July with KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle, the children's book. That's right. You heard me right. Dennis and I are doing a children's book for KOR-DRATH fans. Not only did we listen to the fans, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Dennis knows where that is.
I do. That's my alma mater. Graduated college from UWO. So, yes, love Oshkosh. Wow, I didn't realize you guys were that cold up there because there was a heat wave, but you've been getting a lot of rain from what I see. And why would anybody go to a shithole like San Francisco?
Oh,
Well, you
come
know
on.
what? Never been. And we were actually out in Sacramento and Carson City hitting state capitals number 48 and 49 to check them off. So, of course, we had to go visit Alcatraz, do the Bay Tour, go under the Golden Gate and the Bay Bridge. That was awesome. Very awesome.
Wait, I got to make sure this is. Oh, wait, this isn't what I wanted.
My bill.
That's not what I was looking for.
Oh, look at that. Look at you, Oshkosh folk. By the way, Andy thinks Oshkosh is made up, just like Sheboygan and Manitowoc. So set him straight.
Sheboygan!
That's right.
Sheboygan! Oh, he dropped out.
And I just got Clint Helinski's Maidens of Mayhem today.
Did you really?
That's awesome.
Well, we're here to talk about KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle. It is all ages. Let's play the trailer, and then we'll break this sucker down. Do-do-do. Oh no! He needs to get her one. Oh, post trailer little dealio there. So here we go. Immerse your little ones in a magical Christmas adventure. Step into a heartwarming winter wonderland with KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle. This enchanting 24-page picture book, beautifully illustrated, if I do say so myself, in full color, is the perfect way to get your young readers in the holiday spirit. Join KOR-DRATH on his whimsical quest to find the perfect gift for his dear friend Adriana. Featuring playful animals, dazzling sights, and a touch of holiday magic. Oh, there's a few of the interior pages. Little examples there for you guys. So it is a 24-page book, which means unlike most campaigns where we can show a bunch, you know, as through the campaign, can't really show that much on this one because it's only 24 pages, one illustration per page. It is an early reader book for the youngins, or if you want a family bonding, snuggle up together and let that delightful tale of KOR-DRATH and Adriana's friendship warm your hearts. A new Christmas classic your whole family will treasure. Oh, man. Let's see. Extended fun. Dennis, what does extended fun mean?
Extended fun? Well, the fun never ends, so I don't know what you mean by extended fun, except for the
I'm reading right off the campaign.
Oh, I was actually reading the comments and stuff down below while you were chatting.
Well, you keep doing that. Extended Fun, the companion coloring and activity book, brings the adventure to life with the complete story, plus fun puzzles, dot to dot, word searches, hours of creative play away. That's right. Get those little ones away from technology and give them the coloring and activity book. 32 pages, 24 pages of the black and white story with the text so you can still read it and color it, and some word searches, dot to dots, and fun things like that for the kids. And then, of course, we did not forget about the adults. KOR-DRATH fans rejoice. We didn't forget about the adults. Like I said, this Christmas, experience KOR-DRATH like never before. This holiday quest is filled with cartoon-style action and humor for the mature reader. Get ready for a bloody, irreverent twist on this holiday tale. That's right. We're printing this same book with a few edited pages because we had people go, oh, that's cool for the kids, but KOR-DRATH in an animated style, but with blood and guts, that would be really fun. So we talked about it, we listened, and we're doing an adult version of the book with blood and guts. So there you go.
Hey,
Stretch goals.
I was just going to say, I know you guys are wondering, well, this is a departure from what you guys were working on. And we're like, well, yeah, a little bit. But, we had a lot of feedback from our graphic novel side of things. And, one of the things that came up was, we really want something for all ages, because KOR-DRATH in this world that you're creating is really designed for all ages. You got to be able to have the rough and tough, powerful barbarians, the deep magic, the adult themed stuff in it. But it lends itself so well to help, teach younger kids and stuff like this. So we did the E for Everyone version of KOR-DRATH: The Reckoning. And we realized, that's great, but I have a daughter that's a teacher. A number of you are in the educational system. You all kind of reached out and they said, we really would like something for younger kids. And we're like, Andy and I talked, and he's done this stuff before from when he worked on the DC stuff. And we're like, they're right. Let's put together something. And this is what what we decided to come out with. A great family thing that it'll help teach your kids to read. And then, everybody who's our age, or we had our kids, we had the super pads, the activity books that we would take on trips and in the cars. And the kids would be back there doing crossword puzzles or dot to dots, or they're coloring everything in with colored pencils or crayons. And this is what it all really kind of harkened back to. So this is what we were, really wanted to bring you guys, was a fun educational book, set in the Shattered Reach with some of the great characters that are already in the world. But then some of you were also like, hey, this would be awesome if you did an adult version of it and made it a little different. And it was so fun. We came up with some great ideas, and I think you guys are going to like it, both the adults and the kid versions. And it's very, you can see on the covers, you'll be able to tell which version's which, so you won't get them mixed up.
That's right. So one of the first stretch goals is an 8.5 by 8.5 size of the book, printed on heavy stock paper, a KOR-DRATH and Adriana cutout. That's right. Sit down with your little one. You, the parent, grab a pair of scissors and teach them how to cut on through, and you'll have your own little stand-up of KOR-DRATH and Adriana. A little family bonding time. Now, of course, if I was with Dennis and we were cutting this out, I would handle the scissors, because the last time Dennis did, he ended up in the ER because he stabbed himself in the gut. Don't ask me how. I just know that's what his wife told me. So keep the scissors away from the inexperienced ones or grown-ups like Dennis.
What do you mean? They have kid scissors. And Vaughn says, finally, a KOR-DRATH I'm old enough to read. That is right.
I don't know.
You could do that.
I think the word bear might be in it. That's kind of a big one for you there, Vaughn. So there you go. That is what it's about. That is what we're doing. It's a really simple campaign because we want to fulfill it by November. Well, we want to fulfill it in November so people get it in time for Christmas. So of course, featured tier, $37, save about 11%. It's the bundle, the kids book, the activity book, and the mature adult version of the book. And then it's basically pick your own stuff. The activity book, $12 can be yours. The children's book, $15. The mature version, $15. The KOR-DRATH Kids Pack, $24. Save about 11% again. Get the kids version and the coloring and activity book. And last but not least, the KOR-DRATH Kids and Adults version of the book. So you can get the kids version and the adult version. So get yourself a gift too while you're backing this for your kid. And there you go. That is it. No add-ons. Nice, simple, tight campaign. So when November comes and we're gearing towards Thanksgiving, we're not going crazy trying to fulfill this thing. So that is what it is. That is the campaign.
So the nice thing about this, guys, is, you know, we're working on KOR-DRATH The Awakening right now. But, you know, the way the behind the scenes works is, you know, it's just not like a continuous process. You work on a page, you do it. There's always this extra little bit of time that is in between certain things that are being done. And, you know, we talked about, you know, could we fulfill this and make it nice and simple? And, you know, with the extra amount of time that's in there while we're working diligently on KOR-DRATH The Awakening, you know, this fit in really nice because what we're putting together, the time it takes really coincides very well with our big campaign.
Oh, look at that. We got some backers. Thank you very much. 4 backers, 188. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and this was also something because I am still working on obviously the KOR-DRATH The Awakening artwork and hello. And this was something I could easily work into the schedule to draw because of the simpler style which I created when I did the other kids books for DC, or actually for Random House using DC characters. And the colorist on is the same guy I worked with back then. Brad Venkata's doing the coloring on it. We worked closely on the color style for those books back in the day. And I told him about this and said, I want the exact same style if you're in. And he's like, I'm in like Flynn. So he is coloring it. So that's very cool. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a nice, fun campaign that I believe, or we believe, will be a nice little present you could give to your kids instead of going to the big corporate stores and plopping your money down for one of their kids' books. You can help support us. I mean, Dennis would love to be able to afford shirts with sleeves.
That
poor guy. I never even knew it was an option when ordering, but apparently you can save up to 20% if you ask for the no sleeve option on your shirts.
Well, apparently they did, because AJ got me a sleeve that I could put on to anything if I got cold in the middle of winter. AJ, I have kept your sleeve just in case.
Oh, isn't that nice? So, you know, guys, yesterday was the 4th of July. We had Dennis over, his lovely wife, Susie, who was really, when we invite the two of them, it would be rude to say leave Dennis at home. So, you know, anyhow, they came over and we had a nice time doing a little swimming, doing a little cooking out. I must say I did a fantastic job grilling brats and the burgers. Nice and crunchy. Just how I like them.
We like the term caramelized.
Caramelized. I do too. It makes it sound yummier than they actually looked. They weren't bad once you scraped off the black parts on the outside. So we were doing that. It was fun. We saw some fireworks at the end of my street. I live on a dead end, and this family invited other people to come up. They set up this area, marked it off with some cones so you kids couldn't get close, and lit up some fireworks. It was fun. My daughter and I went and watched. We live close enough to the end of the street where Dennis, his wife, and my wife could just sit on the front porch and watch. It was a fun night. But Dennis, not everybody apparently had a fun night. I found this man dies after placing lit firework on his head during 4th of July party.
Wow. I mean, that's
That
going to
takes
be up for a Darwin Award. Wow. Don't
Now,
even know
I
what
have not read
that-
this. I literally saw this. I'm going to read it. I've not pre-read this, so but it happened in South Carolina, so not too far from us being in North Carolina. A South Carolina man was killed after trying to show off with fireworks at a 4th of July party Thursday night. When deputies with the Dorchester County Sheriff's Office arrived at a neighborhood block party in Somerville at 10:23 p.m., they found a man lying in the roadway suffering from major head injuries. Witnesses told deputies the injuries were from a fireworks accident. The coroner later said the victim, 41-year-old Alan Ray McGrew, had ignited a large firework device and set it on his head. The device exploded, causing massive head injuries. McGrew was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim's wife, oh my God, that just makes it worse. This dude's such a dumbass to do something like that. Now he leaves a widow. The victim's wife told deputies she believed he placed the firework on his head to show off. No, really? Why else would he do it? Hey, check out my new hat. Just never light it. At the block party, family members tried to get him to stop, but the firework went off and McGrew collapsed. What a moron. He probably thought, well, you just see him shoot up straight into the air. Yeah, well, I'm guessing something maybe comes out of the bottom when it's on the ground, and that's why it's on the ground.
Wow.
I could be wrong. I've never held a big firework in my hand. I've only held sparklers because I don't want to die this stupid way.
Oh, I don't know. I can't say that. We used to have bottle rocket fights, things like that. That was always fun, enjoyable.
Dude,
Maybe your hair started on fire, but nobody lost an eye, nothing like that.
but that's a lot different. I mean, we did the bottle rocket thing and throw a firecracker back and forth. But dude, I wouldn't even mess around and go, ooh, I want to put a firecracker on top of my head. Not only, let alone hold one like those guys did, where my neighbors did, throwing them back and forth. I wouldn't put one on top of my head. Just a firecracker.
Well, Vaughn's saying he just didn't do it the right way. He goes, I'll do it and do it perfectly safe. Vaughn, when we see you next year for the conventions, we'll bring them with. You can show us.
I was going to say you should do it now, the day after. Probably get the best, most amount of views ever on your channel. And,
Might
be worth it.
Will Vaughn die?
We're on to Andy's
episode.
Oh, look at that. Apex will bring the keg.
Look at that.
I mean, think about it. Usually after a creator passes away, their work goes up. He will be a guy that put out one book. And if he kicks because he put a firework on his head, that book could be really valuable to the people that backed it because they're the only ones.
It won't be just the first appearance. It'll be the first and only appearance.
Only. Exactly.
See?
Exactly.
Vaughn's thinking about how to get the most collectability out of it. I like that.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you should put out the book first. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Oh, look at that. The 4 we sold were all the children's bundle. Nice. Even better. I just noticed that. Thank you very much, whoever the 4 are, for backing the children's bundle. Very nice. Very appreciated. Save a little bit of money. Why not back the bundle?
It is Christmas in
Xmas in July.
But see, that's one of the reasons why if we could get it, in the extra time now, it'll get we get it done. It'll be able to ship. These will be fun, great Christmas gifts. Maybe stocking stuffers, as they're sitting above your fireplace, if you have a fireplace. But it's a great way to have it. It'll be there in time for Christmas, especially in the United States. Now, we can't control Santa's sleigh going all the way over to, Australia and stuff like that, but chances are it would probably all work. But anyway, great thing to add for Christmas. Get a little KOR-DRATH, some Shattered Rage, Adriana with a great surprise in the book.
That's right. It is going to be a nice, fun Christmas read. Pull it out every year at Christmas time to give it a read so it always feels fresh. And if the campaign does well enough, it is something we're thinking about doing every year. So there could be a KOR-DRATH Christmas Miracle 2 Electric Boogaloo next year. Of course, that wouldn't be the title, but you know what I
Vaughn
mean.
wants the Kwanzaa special. Of course he does, because Vaughn has to be different.
I know, he always does.
Stripling, curl it up for the stocking. Dennis, you monster. Whoa.
Well, you could. I mean, it's a soft cover book. It's not going to get hurt if you just fold it gently and put it in the stocking. It's not like, I mean, I know Dennis would probably put it in the stocking and then smash the stocking, which would crease it for sure.
Yeah, you got to, and then
yeah, you got to decrease that value.
You buy two, one for the stocking for the kids and one for yourself that'll stay and NRFB, never removed from box, and it'll be in near mint condition for the rest of your life.
Oh, I see where you're going.
See what I did that?
Well, that's where people should just honestly order, two on checkout. You can do quantity. So you just order two of them. So you can basically have one to give to your kid that, they're going to mess up. They're going to be so excited to just plop it open and read it over and over. And you're going to be like, oh, they're bending the pages. They're kids, their attention span. They might get to page 12 and dog ear it and go, I got to go sleepies because I'm a little child. I don't know.
So Dennis could go on vacation. So see, Marcus is trying to get me to go on vacation already, Andy. I just got back. So I'm just saying that this is Marcus's fault.
Well, I think it's because Billy and Abra did a really fine job.
I did hear that, and hats off to them for filling in for me. They were wonderful from what I heard. Got a question. So a 13-year-old would be okay to read the mature version?
Okay, so the mature version of the book is just because of violence. There's no sex in the book. We weren't going to do that. There's no nudity. There's no sex. It's just violence in the book. Like, this is one of the reasons we posted the example page we did of the mature version, because, it's going to be violent stuff like that. So, yes. I'm just saying, we're coming from the standpoint of, seriously, like the books I did and that we kind of based the reading level on were for either early readers, 4 or 5 years old, whatever age kids start to read, 3. I don't remember. My kid's 21. Or, if it's something you want to read to your kid as they're learning to read. So it's twofold. It's either read it to them, or if they're, they know how to read basics. What grade is that, Dennis? I don't even know. Kindergarten?
Yeah, so you've really got a lot of this is based for, they do them in ranges, but it's kindergarten through 2nd grade. And as you see on the activities page, the same thing holds true with the activity book, because the activity book, the words are not very hard. They're very simple stuff that the kids would be hopefully able to spell, or mostly spell and figure it out. But it all has to do with Christmas and stuff like that. The whole premise of this is for the early readers, for kids. Like I said, I showed this to my daughter, who's a teacher, and she loved it and said, this is the kind of stuff that, the early readers like to go through. And, so that's the whole basis of the children's version. It's fun for them. It's great. It's Christmas. It is as rated G as G gets. The activity book is the complete story, but uncolored, just the line art. The kids can color it in however they want, add snowflakes, whatever the kids like to do. But then there's also the pages of the activity books where they'll connect the dot to dots. And you saw the one where, it could be KOR-DRATH. We've got other ones in there. And then they have simple crosswords, simple word searches, on things like Christmas and cookies, gingerbread, things like that, presents, simple things for the kids. Where the adult piece came in was a lot of people like this for their kids, but they're like, all right, I love this for the kids, but this would be really fun to have an adult version of this for us, just to get a kick with a slight different twist to the story. So we actually kind of like the idea. And so there are a number of pages in the book that will be different, not the whole book, just a few pages that will alter the story and take it in a violent a direction as KOR-DRATH tries to get his special gift for Adriana.
That's right. Stippling Vaughn says, let's simplify it. Is it safe for Andy's daughter to read? Well, yeah, she's 21. And you saw her at the show. We already know the adult version is Lilibel safe. Well, yeah, I mean, Lilibel was like, Dad, let me see that KOR-DRATH. And he's like, we're talking about KOR-DRATH, The Reckoning. And he's like, yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Didn't even think twice.
She was like, yeah, you can go ahead and read it. Why not? Check it out. Doesn't matter.
I want the kid to read it to me and act it out. If you do that, you might have to post a video of that. That would be awesome.
That's fun because Flady says, pretty sure comics and newspapers were under the 5th grade standard for decades till more modern times. Probably. It would be, another idea I had would be a KOR-DRATH, and this would just be something we would post online once a week, or maybe every 2 weeks, is a weekly 3-panel KOR-DRATH strip, but drawn in this style, a cartoon strip.
Something like what today's webtoons and things like that.
I think something like, a 3-panel cartoon, weekly KOR-DRATH strip drawn in this cartoonier style, simplified. I think that'd be pretty fun to do, and just, put it on the KOR-DRATH site. Nice little, it could be funny stuff. It could be, whatever. I don't know. Something to talk about.
It's a much more simple style. It's cartoony like. It's very kid friendly. KOR-DRATH smiles a lot in these kid friendly books where, if you've read The Reckoning, he doesn't smile. He doesn't got a lot to smile about. But in this part, he does. He's got Adriana, and they're a great couple.
That's right. And you guys saw the trailer. Let's play it again. Point out something.
Yeah, we do got quite a few more people on.
Black Eagles Tribe. Oh, kids playing. The kids are playing eagerly, anticipating a visit. Adriana is ready to give him the gift. No, KOR-DRATH. He makes him an excuse. Goes on a quest. Look at our new friends. Oh, and I'd like to thank Dennis. He actually did the voice of the growling bear, not that troll in the end, but the growling bear.
Yeah, and some of you might recognize the troll that picked up KOR-DRATH, the Reckoning, but he was in the module. So those of you that picked up the role-playing module, it is indeed the universe of the creature that was in the module has made his appearance in KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle. So look at that in universe stuff.
Now, Heat Miser, you're correct. We could. I mean, it all just depends. It all comes down to how well this does. Like I said, it is something that I can work in and still get the still stay on schedule with KOR-DRATH, The Awakening, because it's a shorter page count, simpler style, you know. The thing with the Halloween one, for instance, is we wouldn't be able to actually start it until probably January. And while that's, you know, more time than we have now coming, you know, with us shipping this in November, I think I'd rather stick at Christmas, but I do like the idea of a Halloween one. It also comes down to if we can come up, you know, Dennis comes up with a good story for it or not. But Christmas is what I thought of out of the gate.
Yeah, no, Halloween, in my mind, Halloween is doable. Now, we can't do anything like with the Great Pumpkin per se, but you know, there would be some.
You mean the
fun things.
gigantic, beautiful pumpkin, as
Just
we would
saying.
call it?
Just saying, you know, there are, you know, this
The greatest
one
pumpkin?
is Christmas. You know, Halloween is always a good one, and this would be great for children's stuff.
Dude, I could see it now. Adriana goes, KOR-DRATH, come over here and look at this great pumpkin. And she's pointing to it, right? And he goes, move aside. This is the greatest pumpkin.
Well, oh, I can see where
It's
the
Art
adult
Bear.
person would go. Hey, Art.
How you guys
Hello,
doing?
Mr. Bear. We're doing good.
great.
Thank you for joining.
Hey, I'm all about that Halloween KOR-DRATH. That could be cool. Like, you know, like slasher films. Like he could go after all the slasher dudes, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, and you know, Nightmare. Was it Freddy? And what's the other ones? I'm blanking. Leatherface.
Michael
Freddy.
Myers,
Leatherface, Michael Myers,
Pinhead.
Jason. Yeah,
Oh, I want to see
Pinhead.
that Pinhead go down by a KOR-DRATH. Just a quick slice across the throat.
That's right.
Knock that stupid
Well,
box out of his hand.
But would that really kill him? That's the question.
Well, it'd be fun to watch. Just that one
Yeah,
moment.
that's true. Yeah. I think if you decapitate any of those guys like Michael Myers and Jason, I think honestly you depart their body of their head, and I don't think they're getting back up. They're not lizards. It doesn't grow back. So
Yeah, unlike what's her name, Jamie Lee Curtis with the knitting needle in the eye. I mean, this is a full decapitation.
right. Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
no, I was just say that's the problem. They just don't know in these movies. Now, of course, the movies wouldn't, you know, be on that long, but all it would take is somebody to use their head and cut his off. You remember what was it? Was it Jason in New York or Friday the 13th, or where he punched that dude's head off on the roof?
Oh, isn't that Jason
Yeah.
Takes Manhattan?
Yeah. Have you seen that, Art?
probably. I've seen most of those things.
Dude, Jason's literally on a rooftop, and you know he's backing this guy up to basically the edge, and the guy's like, he's a fighter, I guess, and he's like, oh yeah, we can do this, and it's just this that Jason's getting, and Jason just winds up and goes and the dude's head goes flying off. I mean, that's like jumping the shark right there, baby, because it's like, come on.
The thing is, a lot of this is supernatural based, right? All these horror movies, right? Somehow you can't kill these things. They're from Satan. They're from hell or whatever. But the thing is, like, KOR-DRATH deals with supernatural all the time.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Like that dude would be able to clean all of these idiots' clock.
oh yeah, definitely.
Boy. So, and that would really lend itself to the adult version of that children's book.
Oh, wait a minute. This is a children's book?
Yeah.
Well, there's
So,
two versions, Art.
Okay, well
There's
then
the kid version.
I need to see KOR-DRATH sitting in the pumpkin patch with Linus waiting for the great pumpkin. So how about that?
see, look what you started. Chop, chop, Dennis. We want a Halloween special. I want Andy to use a
See,
up a whole jar of ink.
no, see, that's the thing with these kids' books. This is the style. Even if it's really dark, it would all be done in color. No, Art, this is a page from the adult version of the book.
Oh, I thought this was the Christmas special for the children.
Yes, but this is the there's going to be two versions, the kids book,
Okay.
and then we're redoing some pages. So there's a different version of the same story, but some pages have different results
Okay.
for the adults that like the blood and guts.
So Andy, scroll up and show them like the 4-page spread of the children's book for the early readers.
Yeah, like the kid stuff is right there.
Okay. So it's kind of like a storybook, less of a comic book, but more as like a traditional.
Oh yeah, no, it's a total one drawing per page, block of text. This is the exact same format I did when I did some of the children's books for Random House with the DC characters back years ago. So no, it's not paneled. It's literally like for 5-year-olds and stuff, or for the parent to read to their kid.
Yeah, these are the early reader books, the ones that help your kids read. And then we've got an activity book that goes hand in hand with it, where they can color in all they want of KOR-DRATH, the Christmas Miracle. And then it has activities, like crossword puzzles and word search and connect the dots. And, there's KOR-DRATH when you connect the dots and stuff like that. So it's the activity book, the coloring book, and then you've got the full story book for your kids to either read by themselves or you help them learn to read with KOR-DRATH, the family version.
I like that. I like that.
And see, in the bundle, you get all three, and you save like 11%. You get the kids version, the adult version, and the coloring and activity book.
Wait a minute. Did the adult version and the kids version have the same cover?
No, there's a blurb on it. So this is the main version,
right?
It says, "I love to read" up here. So up here it says, "I love to read." So that's kids.
Okay.
And then, did I show the cover for the?
And the other one says, "I love to bleed," because bleed rhymes with read.
That would be fun. I didn't think of that. I just did this. If you can see it, the blurb is now down here, and it just says mature version. But I do like KOR-DRATH, the Christmas Miracle. I like to bleed, or you'll like to bleed. It would be you'll like. KOR-DRATH doesn't like to bleed.
Yeah, so like you'll like the Yuletide.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Yule.
Yeah,
you'll bleed.
But it is clearly delineated which version is which, so there's no mistaking it. So,
the reason we did the adult version was when we were kicking this around in our live stream, a lot of people love the idea, but a bunch of them were like, we love that for our kids, but what about for us? We want an adult version of that story where there's real violence, and we're like, that's actually a really cool idea. So we listen to our audience.
Yeah, that's right. When they say Dennis put a shirt on with sleeves, he listens.
That I don't listen to.
So the kids version will be "You'll love to read," and the other one is "You'll love to bleed."
I do like that. I might have to tweak that cover. So I mean, it's one of those things. It's not shipping until November. Plenty of time to change the graphic on the cover. But I do like that. So
that's my Christmas present to you guys, right there.
Oh, as long as it's no more of those shitty good and plenties you sent me last year. By the way, if you ever come visit me, I've got a few boxes back there for you still.
I thought it was hilarious, man. Hey, if you had any idea how hard it was to track down that many good and plenties,
we'll try so hard next time. Just get Mike and Ike next time. I love those.
Andy tried giving me some, and I literally took one. I was like, "Oh, there's a reason why I won't eat those." I literally, nope, that was it. That was as much. No.
Yeah, those are nasty. Those are nasty. They were like punishment for children.
Art, if you want to bring it up and share your screen, we can show your book too.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, thanks.
Maromi asks, where there will be a parody ad. That's what I assume you mean. No, not in this book. There will not be. No, it's I'm really following the format, and with it being 24 pages, that is, we're adding a couple pages for a title page and stuff like that. but it's going to be pretty boom, right to the point.
Yeah, we're
So-
literally following the early readers, how they put together their books, and we're doing the exact same thing. So when your kids pick up one of Andy's older Justice League ones, he can pick up KOR-DRATH, and it won't even, same style. It's going to be the same colorist, slightly different story because of the universe, but they won't skip a beat. It'll be the same format and everything. They'll love it.
Yep. All right. Let's look at this.
Yes.
There you go, big guy.
All right. Hey, thank you. Oodles of Doodles and other stuff too. It is a lavish hardbound art book showcasing the various creative sides of this guy right here. That's me. And so we just launched this, I think, 3 days ago. So we're at 7,154 backers. So thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. Here is the cover for the book. It is going to be a lavish hardbound, 9x12, 60 glossy stock pages. And it is going to have, I should just read this. Oodles is filled with images that come from Arts, Marvel, DC, Image, and Comicsgate days. There are also con-doodles, commissions, creator-owned IPs, and pop culture visuals galore. Art style has been honed to perfection over 40 years in the comics industry, and viewing life through his own love of art, of the art form itself. And so, yeah, so there's a lot of cool stuff here, you guys. We got a quote from the great Kevin Nolan. Here's some of the interior pages here. So these are 2 new pages. So a lot of pop culture stuff here, a lot of Comicsgate characters. There may be a Aaron Lopresti Garbage Man appearance in here as well. So some of my early Marvel stuff, 92, 93, I think, was Cable. And some creator-owned IP. This is, I actually left comic books for a couple years after Marvel humiliated me and fired me and told me I'd never work there again. So I worked for a couple years in animation. So HIT is one of those shows I created. So this was a pitch for Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Spike TV. It's a little anti-PC. A little too rough for them to actually pick up, but they did like it, so that's cool. And then, of course, yeah, you guys know Billy Tucci's She. So we got some work in progress stuff here. This is going to be great. Like the layouts are all double page, you guys. So these images are going to be big, as big as I can possibly make them. The only ones that are smaller are like some of the work in progress, to get multiple images in there. But Del Keown said I could use his Pit character for one of the prints here. And then we got a commemorative 30 years, you guys. 1994 is when Black and White came out. So this is the 30-year Black and White commemorative print. And this is going to, it does have the new villain for the Volume 3 Sins of the Father storyline, which will come out this October. So exactly 30 years, the same month. We're going to release Volume 3 is the same month that the original issue 1 came out. So we got this going. We got some more commemorative goodies. We got prints, mini prints, the A set, the B set. And keep in mind, you guys, all these books come signed and numbered. So they're going to be highly sought after, very collectible. We got the head sketch tier. This is the commemorative 30 years. So this is their new power suits. So this is the first imagery that you'll probably see with their new suits and everything. And then we got commissions galore. We got the 11x17. And then we have the head sketch tier as well. So I want to thank all you guys for supporting it as you have. And let's keep it going. And if you've already backed or, a little tight, because of Bidenomics, just share it out, man. Just guerrilla marketing, Get that stuff out there and let people know it exists. So thank you, Andy and Dennis. And thanks to everybody for indulging me on that.
Of course. By the way, Art, do you like our background today?
It's snowing. I'm getting chills.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Hey, so check this. I showed Dennis this. Art, I'm gonna read this page from the newest Batman book that came out this week,
Oh no!
and you
this
can tell me. Okay, so this is everything I'm reading is Batman, narrating. Okay, and you can tell me what's wrong with it. That damn gun made it easy that night. A swivel of the arm, the tug of a finger, and my parents were dead. I eventually made Joe Chill pay, but it didn't fill the void that wanted justice, that wanted answers. The gun was a Sims P90 semi-automatic. When I turned 18 and inherited my first trust fund, the first thing I bought wasn't a car, wasn't a place downtown. It was Sims Firearms, the whole damn company. I shut it down, offered its employees jobs at Wayne Enterprises. Joe Chill killed my parents, but he couldn't have done it without a gun. I tore that building down brick by brick. But the men at the top, the men who took my money, they didn't pay, they profited. How far was I going to take it? Would I hunt them down next? The ones who willed those guns into the world? What do you think about that?
These are the people. It's like, oh, you know what? People don't kill people with guns. Guns kill people.
Guns do it.
Exactly.
Guns just do it. The thing is, these fools are so stupid. Like they think like murder didn't exist until the handgun was created, right?
I
Like
know.
people were still killing each other before guns were invented.
Dude, that's why I told Dennis. I told Dennis, I go, what if his parents were killed in the dark alley by a dude that jumped out with a hammer? Then it would be that damn hammer. It made it easy that night. A swivel of the arm, and the hammer struck my parents dead. You know what I mean? It's like Batman would never talk like that.
No,
Right.
no.
And Andy asks, he goes, just read this page, and does any of this sound like Batman? Does this sound like something Batman would say? I'm like, I don't care what version of Batman, from the earliest all the way through the darkest part. There's no version of Batman that would sound anything like that. None.
No. It's very activist oriented. And also the thing is, he backs Gotham PD. Those guys are armed to the freaking teeth, you know? I mean, obviously Batman, if the character was real, he does endorse guns to a certain extent, because he's not trying to disarm the police. He's not like, let's take weapons away from, Gotham PD.
Well, unless he was going, the full like government route that they'd like to do, which is take them away from everybody except who we say.
Right.
Then if he took that route, like if he took the route you're talking about, where he was like, no, I'm totally anti-gun. I don't want anybody to have them. But if he was like, no, cops are fine. Then it's like, oh, I mean, both versions are just stupid. But so I actually bought this book. Now I'll tell you why I bought it. I think it's still out.
So
I can actually show you why. Huh? No, that's not why. Hold on, I'll show you.
Also, you can write this off because you used it for a show.
You got and I hope,
dude. No, I bought it because this month DC's doing variant covers featuring Jose Style Guy.
Yeah, Garcia Lopez. Yeah, that's cool.
And even though they're putting the book out that collects all the style guides in August, they're doing variant covers with them. So I'm like, all right, you got me. So I figured I might as well read it. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kevin says the first murder weapon was a rock. True. Second murder weapon was Andy's comedy, but what can we do about that?
Bitch.
But then,
damn, look at that. I can't even believe you said that. That's
and Richie, I've heard of this art guy. Didn't he ink I think it's supposed to be Bayou Tapestry. Art, did you do the Bayou Tapestry?
no, I wasn't there at the time. I was on vacation.
Oh,
I was on vacation.
I saw
I
it.
was on
I saw it in
vacation.
person because I was going to give you kudos. And when we went to Normandy, that's really good work. So,
yeah, that's a good point. This 575 cover, I believe, is the Alan Davis one where he's holding the gun.
right,
Oh, yeah.
that was going to be my point. Was Batman used a gun early on?
Yeah.
But the thing about a gun that people really, please, anybody that's anti-gun or a knucklehead that is anti-gun, the thing is, more you brought up hammers. More people are killed with hammers. More people are hit in the head by like hooves from like horses and mules. But the thing about the gun is it's the great equalizer, because before that, if you fought somebody with a weapon, you had to know how to use that weapon. Like KOR-DRATH, not anybody can pick up a sword like that. You got to train to fight with something like that, or a rapier or something. But with a gun, it's the great equalizer. So you could have somebody that's got 200 pounds on you, is like 3 feet taller than you, and you can put them down. So then all of a sudden it levels the playing field, right? So it's not the biggest and the baddest anymore. A woman can stand up to a man if she's got a pistol. A child could, things like that. So that's the way we should look at it. And also, our first line of defense against our own government are those weapons. And if you don't think the government is coming for your weapons or wants you weaponless, come on, man. And make it that much easier to take you over, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That's my soapbox.
That's
right. I feel like we need to have that, and knowing is half the battle.
No, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have I don't have one of those little videos I can play. So
like the NBC little bing bing.
Yes.
And
no is half the battle. So yeah, I don't have one of those, but I do have a video I can play of that Bella Winters played. Let's see, where'd I put it?
Is it the Aaron one or the?
No. Oh, the Aaron one. I made that. That was easy.
Oh, the Bros one.
Yeah. I'm just trying. Where the hell did I put that damn thing? Is it still?
And she said something about I'm going to do something with RT Bear.
I know. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's weird. I was kind of like looking forward to it, but at the same time, a little frightened. Like, what the hell is she going to do?
I know. Yeah, because whatever she does, it's got to have like your beard and everything. So you really look at this is the Bros and Reservoir Dogs with a special guest appearance by Dennis.
We're going to be using aliases our next job to relate to each other by your Christian names. And I don't want any talk about yourself personally. That includes where you've been, your wife's name, where you might have done time, or a bank maybe you're robbing. Here are your names: Mr. Brown, Mr. White, Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue, and Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Because you're a faggot, all right?
Why can't we pick our own colors?
No way. Tried it once, doesn't work. You have 4 guys all fighting over who's going to be Mr. Black, but they don't know each other, so nobody wants to back down. No way, I pick. You're Mr. Pink. Be thankful you're not Mr. Yellow.
Yeah, but Mr. Brown is a little too close to Mr. Shit.
Mr. Pink sounds like Mr. Pussy. How about if I'm Mr. Purple? That sounds good to me. I'll be Mr. Purple.
You're not Mr. Purple. Some guy on another job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink.
Who cares what your name is?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're Mr. White. You have a cool sounding name. All right, look, if it's no big deal to be Mr. Pink, you want to trade?
Hey, nobody's trading with anybody. This ain't a goddamn fucking city council meeting, you know? Now listen up, Mr. Pink. There's 2 ways you can go on this job. My way or the highway. Now what's it gonna be, Mr. Pink?
Jesus Christ, Dennis. Fucking forget about it. It's beneath me, you know? I'm Mr. Pink. Let's move on.
I'll move on when I feel like it.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't even get a name, because I didn't have to, be Pink. That's the worst. I'd rather have no name than Pink.
Oh, that's hurtful. So, Art, do you have Netflix?
No.
Oh, darn it. Well, Dennis and I watched Beverly Hills Cop, the new one.
Okay.
On Netflix last night.
4.
Beverly Hills Cop 4. It was good.
Was it? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it really
good.
Yep, it had all the, I don't know, I guess you could say charm of the original. I mean, it just felt like it came out during that time.
Oh,
know?
really? So it has the same sensibilities as the original?
Yeah, I mean, it's present day, but there's no BS crap in it and stuff. Like Top Gun Maverick didn't have it. Bad Boys Ride or Die didn't have any of that either. So yeah, it was. I went into it with bated breath. We watched it, and yep, it was surprisingly good.
Well, they got Judge Reinhold back, right? Like he's in it. The old guy, he's not with us no longer, right?
Which old guy?
The other partner, like Judge Reinhold's partner.
Well, did he die? He's in it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, John Ashton is still around. Yeah, and he's back. He's now the chief. He came out of retirement to be the chief.
Oh, cool. That is a great
dude. In real life, he's 75. His hair, because he has the same haircut, just that U-shaped thing. I don't know if they put that on him because he's 75 and he maybe lost it. But if they didn't, they dyed the shit out of it because it was dark brown. And it's like, I mean, maybe they don't want him to be 75, so they're trying to make it like he's in his 60s. I don't know. But I mean, they reference how it's been 40 years in the movie. So it's like, I mean, there's just no way that's that guy's real hair color. No way.
Well, how did they? I mean, you don't have to answer this because it's a spoiler alert. But how did they get Eddie Murphy's character back into L.A. or did he never leave? After
no, it starts off in Detroit, like a lot of the movies do these days. He's got a daughter. I think even in Beverly Hills Cop 4, was he married or referenced with marriage or anything, or no?
No, the daughter thing to me came out of left field, but I haven't seen 3 was my least favorite, and if it was mentioned, it was mentioned there, and I forgot it. But they did a great job because they.
So he has a daughter that works in L.A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
and then,
shit! Boom.
Oh, there he is, the Frega.
How are you, Jim?
My partner in crime come November.
We know the crime. It was not just one man.
That's right. There were multiple shooters, and I know who's going to be taking my back and vice versa.
That's right. I got your 6, homie.
Hey, Dan, or should I say Mr. Brown? It was a Brown crime.
It was.
Oh, boy. Hey, Art, that's a good question. Not that we're going to get into it right now, and I know you've answered, but I forgot. All right, JFK, one shooter or multiple? Where are you, Mr. Taber? Oh, boy. He's a oneer.
You know what? I'm just gonna sidebar and say the reason I don't believe anything on TV anymore, even though I saw something on TV, which is the paradox of it all. I was watching, it was like Netflix series on the 70s, and I think it was just called the 70s, and then they had another one called the 80s. Now, I remember a bit of the 70s. I was born during Ford era.
Sure.
I remember some of the other business. But I definitely remember Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan. And when they start talking about things in this documentary that happened that I remember happening, and they describe it like the news presented it as this, but what really was happening was this. I go, they didn't stop doing what was really happening business. It's all a fucking show. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, back then, but now we're telling the truth. Like, no, come on.
You're worse now.
Yeah, no, I don't buy that because it's the line. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, I don't put anything past the government. I don't put anything past, like these spy agencies or any of that stuff. But I always go with motivation. Like why would there be 2 shooters? Like what was the whole point of it and all that other stuff? Like I've been to Dallas, that grassy knoll, that area, it's not that big. Like it always seems like it's massive, like it was a miracle shot or something. It is
a miracle shot.
Uh-oh.
Did you go to the book repository? Did you actually look out the window and see what that shot was with the type of gun he had, with the type of training he had?
You talk to Billy Tucci. Billy Tucci will debunk the shit out of you. Right?
I know.
Art, just so you know,
this is happening.
In November, on the DNA show Wednesday. So the anniversary is on a Friday, I guess. So that Wednesday on Dennis and my show on Wednesday, it's going to be Fraga and Dennis going against Ethan and Billy, and I'll moderate for one shooter or multiple.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, you're going to
There's
moderate?
Well, not moderate, but just, I mean, I'm not going to be, my opinion is not going to be expressed. I'll just be like, all right, guys, let's get into it. Blah,
Your
blah, blah.
opinion is
Well,
not going
just
to be
real quick,
expressed.
just real quick, so I can kind of take this in. Where were the other? Dennis says 2 other shooters. So where were the other 2 shooters? And Dan, where was
You
the
mean
other?
the 2 lookers in the grassy knoll? Dude, didn't you see Zoolander? It showed you
I was
exactly.
just gonna say, come on, man. Come on. I like how they kind of do the blue still, where they just kind of turn like, duh.
Yeah. No, on the grassy knoll, if you have the road that Kennedy was on your right, the sign that actually blocked the shot, like there's a Zapruder shot, and point to your right, there's a fence.
Yes.
And people said there were suspicious people wandering around in that area.
They were
know what I'm
CIA.
saying? And you say why to make sure they got the job done.
Yeah.
Right.
And the other piece of it is they can after he got shot. Was it Ruby who shot him? Who shot
Ruby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After Ruby popped one in homie's guts, you could say whatever you want. Oh, he had motivations. He was this. He was that. Who's gonna contest it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got rid of the evidence, quite literally.
Well, you know what? Dead men tell no tales, right?
It's true.
That's right.
I heard that LBJ did some things too.
But you know, all that will be saved. We won't even get into the magic bullet or the people that heard multiple shots that were standing right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a
Echoes.
whole separate issue.
It could have sounded like
okay.
bam, bam, like an
this
echo.
is what I always say. If something is too perfectly aligned, too perfect, all of it too perfect,
it's probably true.
It's probably not. Oh, it's this, dude. There's, yeah, man. Okay, wait till November, guys. November.
November.
This is like the old
That's right.
WWF. We got Mean Gene up there stoking the fires. Listen here,
Mean Gene
brother.
Oh wait, Mean doesn't talk like that.
Wait, yeah, hey, here
Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene Okerlund here with Hulk Hogan. Yeah, but
it's Mean Gene Okerlund here. I am with
the Mania, right? The Mania on November, whatever, the week of the 22nd, you said?
20th. Wednesday's the 20th.
Hey, you know what we got to do for you guys' debate? I have to say this. Pitbull, we have to take, like, in the chat, people, who's going to win? Like Ethan?
Oh, bets?
or
well, I could just do a poll.
Mr. Bookie over here.
I could do a poll that day. So.
Because I'm going to say right now, I don't think Dennis and Dan have a chance in hell.
Well, no, Billy, I mean, first off, Billy and Ethan are personalities that can really take a mic, and they're convincing. They can sell ice cubes to Eskimos. They're really good at it. We're gonna come with all kinds of strategies.
Actual facts.
You guys are gonna come with facts.
I'm gonna come with the steak. Dan's gonna come with more steak, and the other guys are just gonna have sizzle. That's all they're gonna have.
Oh, damn. You know, this is almost like a left-right thing. There's going to be 2 sets of facts going against each other.
You know, it's going to be weird. It's
like when 2 atoms collide.
Yeah,
I think.
But here's the other thing, and this is what I talked to Andy about. I'm not so staunch-minded where it's like I can't be convinced. I can be. I was we landed on the moon guy for the longest time. Sorry, Graham, but I have. But what? Did you say,
he said
I've never even met or talked to Paul ever. So if you can show me irrefutably, and not with documents say, I'm talking, look at the Zapruder footage, check the fucking physics, the magic bullet. Come on, like multiple shots heard, but it's like all these things that point to this thing, but conveniently it's one. Come on.
You know what? Have you guys ever watched Ancient Aliens?
Yes.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'm kind of like that, Dan. Okay, so this is how they always structure that show, right?
Yeah.
There's usually like 3 parts to it. It's like they hit you with like, oh, these tools do exist and did exist then. So, and then they have like the testimonials by like a craftsman says, oh yeah, you could carve something like this, you know, like the Egyptians or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they go to this and it's like, this is probably how the machine was made. And then they go into that and they kind of go through that. And then you're like, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe it wasn't aliens. And then they go, the third part is always, it was aliens. Like they forget all of the facts and all the stuff. And then they just go, they go into La La Land, man. They just go, boom, it was aliens. Like
It's
that's how
the same
every one of
guys,
those shows is.
It's always the same guys too. It's the one guy who talks like this. He is like, oh well, you know, the Mayans knew the Egyptians through pyramids alone.
See,
That's
look
the
at
NPR guy.
Chat
Yeah.
admitting putting up stuff, admitting to being a spotter for one of the 3 teams. That's right.
I've never even heard that guy before.
That's because you've only watched JFK from Oliver Stone. There's a lot more to it.
It's true, but I watched that when it first came out,
Hey,
so I haven't even watched that.
Show of hands. How many people actually have a good copy of the Zapruder film?
You have a copy?
Yeah, dude, you can easily get it. I mean, you could easily get it.
Is it on our hard drive?
It may be, and if it's not, you could easily get it. And
Well,
you can,
I was going to say that is a
through-
movie technically.
You can
It's a
go
film.
through frame by frame, and just watch, look at people's reactions. You know, because a shot that's closer rings out different. If that shot from as far away, his head would go splat. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to see when people's reactions were to their head turns, all of that shit. Go through the Zapruder film.
And you got a good copy. All right. Well,
Yeah.
like I said,
I'll
we
dig it up
will
for the
have
day,
a good
dude.
copy
I'll
to
dig it
go
up for the
through.
day. And we will.
I was going to say before the show, you've got to dig it up and send it to me.
Yes.
So you know I can
Yes.
play it and stuff.
Yeah.
Look at that. Again in the chat. No
No,
coincidence.
Maroney.
In Texas the same year. Look at that. Already
What up,
tell you,
Maroney?
it's all lining up.
Yeah.
I will admit I'm on the fence with it, so it'll be fun because maybe by the end of it, I'll definitively go, all right, I believe this.
Well, I watched the Oliver Stone movie. Even that movie wasn't that convincing. I was like, this is dumb.
Look, you know Oliver Stone changed his tune. He was all about, multiple shooters kind of thing. And then there was this mysterious pressure from somewhere out in California. And next thing we know, he's kind of recanted. Well, maybe it was just more for movie effects and stuff like that. No. He might have wound up falling down the stairs a few times too many.
Hey, my friend, he worked at this special effects place called Cafe Effects, and they expanded and they moved into Oliver Stone's old office, and they pulled up the carpets, right, to put new stuff in. And they said when they did it, there was so much cocaine all over the fucking, you know, the edges and shit from that office. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's a lot of cocaine. Also, that's a lot of wasted cocaine. Like if it's all over,
that's a lot of wasted.
If it was that guy's office for 10 years, you know, I bet you could probably sweep up, you know, in my old house, in California, you could probably sweep up an ounce of fine shrubberies.
Not in this house though, right?
Not in this one. No, I keep it neat and clean.
Dan's like, I keep it a lot more careful in this house. need my animals getting all high and shit walking down here.
I got rid
Hey,
of
what's got the big guy?
instead.
Oh, it's an athletic Wild Run IPA. What do you got there? See? Yes.
Golden
that's the
blonde.
golden. You got the golden.
Yes.
So good. T-Bear.
So
you need to
Dan,
get
Dan, I got to try one at Andy's house yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of forced it and said, "Dude, you have to try this." Dan said so. So I was like, "Okay, if Dan said so, it's that good. I'll give it a shot." You know, because I like dark beer. I like Guinness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I can appreciate it for what it is. It is probably the best one with nearly no alcohol in it that I've probably ever had.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's it. RT Bear, how are you?
Good.
Art's like, why would you drink a beer with no alcohol?
I'll tell you why. Because
I didn't say anything. Andy did.
I
He was
stopped
thinking
drinking
Said it before.
when I found out what was going on here. For sure, I stopped drinking this back in February, and my tolerance is terrible. But I love this. I think we've talked about this. I love this with a meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having pizza tonight. In fact, I got to order it in like 15 minutes. Pizza tastes great with root beer, but I can't do sodas anymore.
Well, you know
Is
what?
it from that place by your house?
Yeah, root
Ingleside,
beer is very
yes.
filling. It's very filling, man. Like root beer as a dessert type of thing, but I can't drink root beer with a meal. That's
Dude,
crazy.
you know what I think? Well, it makes me root beer in a red cup with the thing with the not party cup. I'm talking the crushed ice and pizza. You just did a little league game and you won, and they're like, "Go champs!" And you get to go, fucking play Gallagher.
Go champs.
Yeah, go champs.
Dennis, you remember those days when you were a Boy Scout leader? You go champs.
I remember playing baseball in Little League, so yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember being a champ, though. I remember finishing.
We were champs.
Yeah, I don't remember just playing. I was a champ, huh? No, we didn't.
We got a little award. This is what made me stop liking baseball, was the fact that we got to be champs, but not really. That wasn't it. It was we got to be champs, and we got to go watch the Oakland A's play. And this is during when the Bash brothers were huge, McGuire and Canseco, and I think Ozzie Davis might have still been on the team. Ricky Hendricks Jr., Ricky Henderson. My brain is fried, but we got to meet the team after, and Jose was the only one who basically shunned the meet the kids thing, and I was like, he was my hero. Yeah, so sad.
It is cool. See, when in Little League, we played on. I was on Jimmy Gantner's team. He played for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, Jimmy Gantner. Oh, okay.
Jimmy Gantner. Yeah. So
yeah, I was about to say, Art, you have no idea who he's talking about. I have no idea. He's just making up names like he makes up cities where he's lived.
He'd go to the World Series, with you remember Raleigh Fingers with the handlebar.
He was an Oakland A. He was an Oakland A.
He did. He did go to the Oakland A's. Paul Molitor, everybody knew Paul Molitor. Robin Yount, that was the team. I was on Jimmy Gantner's Little League team, so Jimmy Gantner personally came to the game, and we all got signed balls, and we got to meet him and take pictures. Dude, it was great. We were the shitty team for Little League, but boy, we had fun.
Bears. Oh, dude. When I think about Little League, I think about trying chewing tobacco for the first time, and swallowing the juice.
I had Big League. Big League bubble gum.
Big League Chew.
This guy had they had
Big League Chew. I did it their Safeway.
Oh, see, now they had something called Red Man. It had like an Indian on it.
Oh, I remember.
I know what Red Man is.
Stringy.
Yeah.
And they're like, tuck it under there, and spit. And I was like, what do you do with the spit? And I went, and I turned green, man. So yeah, I don't know.
You know what? I was in senior league, and also I played high school ball. So senior league is professional, like base paths, like the whole diamond and everything is like the size of a baseball, like a professional site. And
Right.
so we were playing, and this is like for the finals. I actually played for the Dodgers. That was so like LA, and I played for like little league team Dodgers. I think it was called Senior League actually. And so, yeah, that's kind of funny now. And so I hit a double, right? And I'm sliding into second base, and I'm chewing tobacco. And as I was sliding in, I swallowed, I swear, just a minuscule amount, like just a hair. And so then I was like, I'm sitting on second base. I'm kind of happy that I hit a double. Everything was looking good. And then all of a sudden the queasies hit. And so then I was like, I just spit the whole thing out like on the field there. And then I just kind of like, it started getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, I gotta get out of here. And so I never got to stay. I never got to still third or anything. And so then I went into the shower room, and I just spent the rest of the game just puking.
Oh, it's so fucking awful.
I'll tell you, I can still remember the first time that I did the chew on it, and it wasn't great. But then they said, "Oh, remember Skull Bandits?" The Bandits came out.
I remember that too.
And it was pre-packaged, and you stuck it in there, and I was like, "Okay, that's not so bad."
They
Skull
were
Bandit.
giving those away to children at there was a place called Laguna Seca where they had motorcycle races, and they had the Skull Bandit girls literally handing out the little pouches, not like but like try it to kids.
Yes.
To kids.
Wow.
It was the 80s, man.
Yep.
Oh my God. So I hear that you guys like to stuff it in, pack it back there, and swallow the juices.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, back to the children's part of the show.
That's right. 297, 7 backers. Thank you guys very much. That is cool. Dan, this is the KOR-DRATH, the Christmas miracle.
It's a miracle.
We've got.
I love to read.
I love to read. We've got the children's version of the book. It's a heartwarming winter wonderland with KOR-DRATH and Adriana. Beautiful 24-page picture book. KOR-DRATH has to go on a whimsical quest to find the perfect gift for the love of his life, Adriana. Because as men, we all know it's very hard to find the perfect gift at Christmas time for the ladies. You never get it right. So you got to really put the time and effort in. And KOR-DRATH does.
He does.
Oh, look at that. Family bonding time. Dan, just picture that with you and your little Sammy, and maybe you could, I don't know, bribe Lilibel to sit on your lap again as you read to her.
And then the hairless cat comes and jumps on your lap as well.
And then the hairless cat comes and nuzzles because it's always cold, and you move the blanket on the corner of your couch.
You've been here.
I know.
We know.
We've got the
so descriptive.
We've got the 32-page coloring and activity book where it reprints the whole story in black and white with the text so you can read it. And then 8 pages. Yeah, baby. 8 page. You could do the dot to dot.
What?
Word searches,
we didn't tell you about that, did we?
No, this is a as it says there, this is a Christmas miracle.
It is, dude. It is. And on Christmas Day, after you read it to the kids, you give them the activity book and go, give me that electronic device. Do something with your hands. Here's a book. Here's some crayons.
They like them.
So guys, there's crossword puzzles, there's word searches, there's dot to dots, all featuring your favorite characters that will be beloved at Christmas time year after year. And what's in the activity book? It's the entire story that you can color however you want. You can take Andy's artwork and color it whichever way you want. And then you butcher it.
You could be like KOR-DRATH is now going to be, I'm using the whitest crayon I have because I want him to be just like the artist, pale as hell. I'm going to leave him the color of the paper. Or you could color him pink,
bro. Damn.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yeah, Yeah, so there's that. And then, of course, we didn't forget about the mature adults. They said, well, why don't you do a version for us? And we said, okay. So we're replacing a few of the pages in the book. We're writing new text so that actually makes sense at the top with the story. Don't worry, he still goes on a Christmas quest to get a present. But some of the endings of some of the things he meets go awry.
Well,
Think
that's
of
fair.
it like,
Here.
think of it like a choose your own adventure. One
well-
choice goes the children's
wait,
way,
hold
the other
on.
choice goes the other way.
Hold on a second. Is he
Yes.
given? This is a kid's book, so he's given like the bear like a ketchup sandwich.
No, this is the adult version, Dan.
There's
So
three books. Dan.
What did he step in? Okay.
There's
The
There's
adult.
oh,
Yeah, we got
he
it.
goes on a trek through snow.
Snow.
It's winter
Yeah,
time.
see?
man.
You're
It's
right,
winter
you're right.
time. See, snow on the ground,
Yeah, I
kids
saw
playing.
adult. I heard adult. I would try to make it a ketchup sandwich.
Yeah,
Love it.
so
Yeah.
And then they pulled up the carpet and found out a bunch
funny.
of snow was under the
Hey, you guys.
that's right.
Give me. I'm gonna turn my camera and mic off. I have to order this pizza, and then I'm gonna come back because it won't be ready for a while. So give me a moment.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Donkey.
So yeah, so we've got the adult version here for you guys. Our first stretch goal. We haven't decided on the what the goal will be yet, but we want to show it. Is 8.5 by 8.5. One sheet of the heavier stock paper, totally separate, not included. Don't have to damage the book at all. And you can cut out your own Adriana and KOR-DRATH to set on your table and have them watch over you while you're working.
Those are
Just look
stand-ups or standees or whatever they used to call them.
Yeah, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Yep. Cut it out yourself. Set it on the table. Even has directions so you can read how to do it.
Man, you guys put
See?
some work in this campaign.
Yeah, man. It's for kids.
We
I love this
don't
type
do
of stuff.
We don't do anything halfway. Besides, my daughter's a teacher, and she looked over the stuff and checked out a lot of the teachers did. And they're like, "Hey, for young readers and stuff, doing it, this fits in perfectly. This is what the kids like to do. The activities, they're age appropriate. So this is great for the younger kids. The adults, you got an adult version of this." And for the people that have been following us, you've got KOR-DRATH The Reckoning, KOR-DRATH The Awakening, which we're also is going right now.
Oh, yeah, I should pull
And
that
for
up.
your little children, you've got KOR-DRATH The Christmas Miracle. Look at that. KOR-DRATH for the whole family.
That's right. And speaking of, how could I forget the original baby, the one and only KOR-DRATH? Come on, internet. There we go. KOR-DRATH The Awakening, guys. Of course, this book is all set for you to back as well. I am working on it diligently as well. To be honest, most of the kids' book is finished because that's the nice thing about that style. It doesn't take that long, and we have to get it out in November. But I am working on this. Update for the t-shirts. Randy Howell in the chat mentioned about being able to basically say, get the Adriana shirt and add on the original KOR-DRATH shirt. I thought I had it set that way. I did not. Now we do. So the only add-ons available for the t-shirts are the other t-shirts. So for KOR-DRATH, you can add on Adriana and then vice versa. So now you can definitely do that without having to pay twice the shipping. So there you go. Venture forth into the fractured realm of the shattered reach where KOR-DRATH, the indomitable warrior and last sign of the Red Lions tribe. Dennis wrote this because Indomitable, when he wrote it and I read it, I was like, there you go again, making me look foolish. Excuse me while I get out dictionary and look up that word. And I realized it means me. Indomitable, right next to it, has my picture. So I was very flattered by that. I'm an indomitable person. I love getting my CG books, but close to getting at least nice. What's that?
I thought you said obnoxious.
No, 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 no.
Oh yeah,
No, no.
the obnoxious. Yes, that's what he said.
I'm indomitably obnoxious. He embarks on a quest steeped in destiny. He's driven to rescue his beloved Adriana's peoples of the Black Eagles tribe from the clutches of Doom the Undying. Guys, if you love The Reckoning, which we all know you did, you need to jump on board and get KOR-DRATH The Awakening. We've got multiple covers to choose from. Of course, we've got, I should make this a little bit smaller so the pages can be seen. There we go. You see some of the first initial pages from the book. We left out the text this time around because we didn't want to spoil anything with any of the dialogue. New creatures, new characters, whole new adventure awaits you in KOR-DRATH The Awakening. So definitely go check this one out. We've got a new game module that Dennis wrote as well. Just fun stuff. New cover.
And if you're new to KOR-DRATH, you can pick this book up and hop right in and enjoy the story. But if you really want to know what happened before, we have the option in there where you can get caught up and get caught up with the whole story and pick up the first one as well.
That's right. Volume 1 and Volume 2 you can get for $50. And the Volume 1 is going to be a second printing with a new Bud Root cover. So there you go. Definitely do that. Got head sketches available. A few of those left. A few of the figures left. We got the bundle. The Awakening box includes all the covers, the trading card, the game module, of course, all the stretch goals, all in a nice collectible box, which will be shipped inside of another box. So the collectible box doesn't get ruined.
The hot stays hot and the cold stays cold.
Damn it. It's a Mick. What was that called?
That's a McDLT.
Oh, yeah. Little crunchy lettuce there instead of that dried out, droopy crap that would be on it sometimes.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
Yeah,
they got knocked because of the excessive use of styrofoam in its packaging because it was basically double.
I know. Cracked me up. Cracked me up. I got a good story for you after this. So we've got another parody ad, of course. Stretch goals. The first one at 50 grand is Doom the Undying playable character card. It's nice art on the front for the people that aren't into the role-playing game side of things. But on the back, he's got playable stats, so you can play him in our game or convert the stats to one of your other favorite role-playing games. And then add-ons like
cool. That's a really cool thing that you and Dennis came up with bringing the role-playing aspects into your comic book. I think that's genius. I don't know if it's really been done before, or at least like in its inception. Like this at its inception had that element always in there. So I think that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Pretty original.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Art. Not used to you saying nice things about me. Don't cry.
And he said, don't get used to it.
I know. That's why I'm glad these are recorded so I could snip out that bit, put it on my iPhone, and listen to it before I go to bed at night. Alan's like, what are you doing? I'm listening to Art compliment me. Shut up and go to bed, woman. And then I just put it on a loop, and it just lulls me to sleep.
Cry yourself to sleep.
Well, I'm used to doing that.
Shit.
KOR-DRATH The Awakening, the layouts, graphic novel size, just scans of my pencil layouts before I start inking. So if you're really into a behind the scenes, you can see what my.
Wait. When did you add this?
It's always been there.
Since the beginning.
I sure hope I ordered that one.
So, well, you can go check.
There's still
add on.
Yeah,
it's an add-on. So, yeah, whole book of just my layouts, and then of course there's the black and white version of the book. So if you really want to compare, you could get that as well. So guys, go check this out. We've got the manga size black and white of The Reckoning, the digest version, full color of The Reckoning. We edited E for everyone, took out that one sexy page.
Oh.
So now your kids can enjoy it as well. And we've got minifigures, 2-inch, 3-inch, and 5-inch KOR-DRATH. Get your own. I knew you were going to hold it up.
Most of the ladies like the big 5-inch.
Do you have the?
I
Is that
know.
also a Chris Thacker paint job?
Right here.
That is.
God, he's
Yeah,
so
Dennis
good.
came over yesterday and goes, I believe we sent him my figure and just took it away from me.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we arm wrestled for it. So just like the original KOR-DRATH The Reckoning comic, I won both of them.
No, I won, but I felt bad, so I gave it to you anyhow.
Gee, but look at the detail he even did on the tattoo.
That's right.
cool.
You could contact Chris on Twitter or X and get your own painted KOR-DRATH.
You could have done the guy solid and made decals.
Oh, for the lie? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, remember the ones we had as kids, like for battleships, you had to like use hot water and like slide it on.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, still use
Well, that's
them.
what temporary tattoos, man. When my daughter went to Garden State that one day cosplaying as what's her face, Elle from Stranger Things, she had the little 11 tattoo on her wrist.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
But back then, and you're good.
Yep, pretty much.
And that's how you.
So, guys, go
ruin
check this campaign out too, of course. And thank you for backing. It's because of you guys that allow us to do this stuff. So there you go. No more close up of Dennis. I understand, Blackjack. You know, I understand. I'll just leave it at that. I get it.
Wow.
What are you talking about? He's a beautiful man.
What are you talking? Yeah,
Dennis-
well, that's because Andy paid him. He always says that kind of stuff.
No.
You know what?
And by the way, Dennis,
It makes him look
Go ahead.
better, like putting other people down. That's Andy's thing, man.
Oh, I'm used to it. You know, they don't call me Teflon Dennis for nothing.
That's why you can stay friends with him.
Yeah,
that's right. That's it. That's
Didn't
the
we have
only
a Teflon?
reason.
We had a Teflon president, didn't we? Was that Reagan? Was he the Teflon?
No. Wasn't it?
No, that was Teflon Ron, and then there's also Teflon Don, depending on who you talk to.
So it was Ronald
What
Reagan.
did they call? I thought Clinton had a nickname like that too, because nothing stuck to him.
I don't remember. I'm
Mm.
gonna look it up. How do you spell Teflon?
I don't know. But I do know this, Dennis, some guy, you were so lucky. You told me about your flight and what you did flying on your way back from the West Coast. Well, this guy actually got caught and arrested. American Airlines flight's emergency landing after passenger allegedly exposes himself and urinates in an aisle. You told me you did that, and I could not believe you didn't get in trouble. Then I realized you have a micro peen, so nobody probably saw it happen.
You know what, dude? They have to add the exposes himself because urinates an aisle, unless the dude like pissed his pants, which would be more of man pisses pants, right? So the fact that they're like, he also showed his dinger. It's like, yeah, he had a piss, you know?
Exactly.
Oh, you know what they said? Ronald Reagan's nickname was Dutch and the Gipper.
The Gipper, I remember the Gipper, and
Yeah,
I
I do
also
remember the
remember it was eating all the jelly beans.
Oh,
like
yeah.
crazy.
Wait, that's why he was Nick. What the heck to do with the Gipper?
I thought the Gipper was like a football player or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, but they do
I'm
it
just-
to the
yeah.
Gipper or something like that. Fuck, man.
And he was also the great communicator?
I think so.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
more time.
They said Ronald Nick. Yeah, he was also the great communicator. Yeah.
Dude. Okay, so
Oh.
I will tell you this. After being in San Francisco, I will probably never make a return trip. I am glad we hit Alcatraz. That was the greatest thing ever. Spending a lot of time out there. That was awesome. Fantastic pictures. We did the boat tour, you know, under the Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate, around Alcatraz. It was the perfect sunny day. All the first few days were all, you know, foggy and crappy, but man, the one day we needed it, it was there. Beautiful pictures. But we got a $108 parking ticket very first day. The whole city is set up to not to be tourist friendly and to literally suck your money. It was awful. But we stayed away. They removed the crap app because there was a crap app so you could avoid live time which streets are on there. Apparently San Francisco wanted it removed, and they got it removed. You can no longer download it, but people were that's maybe still have the app are putting up maps of it, so you can still go out there and find it. So there were a lot of sections of the city we were like, okay, avoid that, avoid that, avoid that. But Chinatown was nice and clean. That was nice.
Wait a second. The crap app, I have to ask, because I knew it was like a Dookie locator.
Yes.
But you know how, like, I use Waze, which is kind of like a crap app for
yeah, we use it.
And you could tell if it's like a lot of traffic, if it's a big collision, a little collision, if it's a, you know, police are ahead, you know, car stopped in quarter mile, like all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does the crap app, is it like, you know, dog fart pizza smell shit here?
No. But what it did do, at least
as you're walking, it comes up in like Waze. It says there's crap in 0.3 feet. Is it still there, or is it gone?
Still there.
Click.
What color is it?
So there was a city. There's like a map of the city, and it's got little poops on it. And the bigger the poop, the worse it is. Well, you could drill down into it, and like when you really got to an area, like the poops would disappear and it would become orange dots. Dude, there were whole areas of streets that were nothing but orange dots all over it. Like between drug needles and poop all over the streets. So we avoided all of those sections completely.
You didn't go to Columbus? Did you go on Columbus Street? That's where
Nope.
all like the strip joints and the booby bars.
Nope.
So basically, Dennis got off the flight, then got right back on the flight because the whole place was just
Right.
2 weeks later.
Wow,
That's what he did.
That's
Oh, by the way, he was nicknamed the Teflon President, so he
Yeah.
had many nicknames.
Oh, okay.
The thing that's sad about San Francisco for me is when we would play hooky. We played hooky probably twice a year in junior and senior year. We would take the BART, which is very rapid transit, is like a train, into the city, and we would go and we would have our fun, and the city was a fun place to go, and it wasn't dirty and nasty, and you could be a 16-year-old walking around and be safe,
Right.
Go to the Sharper Image, remember the old Sharper Image stores?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, love those.
Yeah, where all the James Bond stuff, it always felt like James Bond, right?
Yeah.
It did.
That's a place that had the massage chair right out in front.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but they
You know
also
what
have
the problem
laser
is,
pointer switchblades. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That store is just not the same. They're still around, but it's really lost its luster because of just where we're at with stuff now.
Right.
You walk into it and there's just nothing that blows you away.
It's called the Ghetto Image now.
Yeah, now it's more like as seen on TV.
Duller image.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's like as seen on TV.
Well,
I love
see,
the as seen on TV store.
The one thing that we saw out there a lot of was, you heard about it, but I've got pictures and stuff of it, there's signs everywhere. Do not leave anything in your car. Okay. And we were like, what?
Don't.
And they're like,
don't.
Yeah. So we went down like one street and smashed window, smashed window, smashed window, smashed window. And they just smash and grab. And there are people now that make signs, and it's in their windows. It says, there is nothing of value in this car. The doors are open. Please don't do it. Smash the windows. And that's what they do. And San Francisco
How
literally
sad
had
is
signs
that?
telling you this. Here was the hard part for me. There's very little parking. So we found a place where you could actually park in like grocery shop while we were there. So we went to Target because it was in a mall. There was a mall area. We're like, okay, cool, we can park. We walk in and we see a giant looking guy. And when I say, how they have a security guard for a store, what would you picture a security guy to look like?
Pretty big dude, some muscles, tower over most, well put together. I don't know.
What's he wearing?
something dignified, something respectful.
There you go. Like Paul Blart Mall Cop, something
Yes.
like that. That's kind of what you figure, maybe a little
Paul
beefier than
Blart.
that. But what we see is a guy standing there. He's in, think of it, what looks like a Army Ranger, full camo gear with full tactical vest on, sitting there. There's a dog and stuff. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, why is the Army literally here? And he's standing there with a German Shepherd. And the first 50 feet of the store, there's no shelves, no product, no nothing. Because, apparently it's too easy for people just to grab something and walk out the door. He turns to look out the door, and it says police on the back of his camel jacket. So it wasn't Army, that was police. So me, I walked up and made a comment like, are you the security guard for Target? And he goes, you're not from around here, are you? And I'm like, nope, just visiting. Yes, he was the security guard. I mean, he looks like the biggest guy you would ever meet at like an Army Ranger there with a large gun.
Only Dennis would fly into San Francisco to hang out at Target.
I know, right? He did go to Alcatraz, so I'll give him that.
Yeah, we
I would like to do that.
That kind of works, right? There's Target and Alcatraz somehow. There's a
They should open Alcatraz back up. Take care of those homeless.
We did Chinatown.
There's a part. It's like it's a really nice neighborhood. I saw a little bit of a man on the street thing, and it's by the college there, and it's all affluent, like nice businesses. The whole area is nice. That whole mall, that shopping area, everything around that campus is closed. Every one of those businesses have left that area. And I was like, holy crap. So he's like taking a camera, he's just filming. And it's not that there's like windows broken or anything. I mean, you could tell it's a nice area, but they just bailed, because they were tired of getting robbed and stuff like that. So they're just not there anymore. I don't know how that place is functioning because the tax money has got to be diminishing like crazy.
Well, here's the scary part. We stayed at an Airbnb, and it was very clean, very nice. So we loved it. But we saw what it was a 1,200 square foot Airbnb. So the four of us were like, yeah, two bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It was a beautiful place for us to stay. Really nicely well kept. But we took a look at that 1,200 square foot unit is sold for $1.3 million. And I was like, what? So we started looking, we Zillow everything to see what it is. The average price, depending on where we were in San Francisco and around, ranged from $800 a square foot to $1,200 and almost $1,300 a square foot. That is ridiculous. And that doesn't even count how much their property taxes are when we looked into it. I was stunned at property values.
And like you said,
I grew up in Southern California, like LA County. It was a community called Norwalk, right? This was a HUD neighborhood. This was low income. That's where I grew up. My parents, put down roots there. They paid off the house, everything. I looked on Zillow or whatever, how much that house is worth. It's like $600,000-$700,000 now.
Right.
And this is like in a bad neighborhood, low income. It was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house. Like it's not that big at all. One car garage, just in a really bad neighborhood. And I was like, oh my gosh, California is nuts right now. This isn't even like close to anything. I mean, the one thing good about Norwalk is it's kind of got a good location, right? It's about an hour to LA, hour to the mountains, hour to the beach, right? So it's got kind of a good location as far as like jobs and hanging out. But other than that, it has nothing going for it.
Right. My son went to Riverside. So he was out there for 4 years living in Riverside. So we'd go out and visit him and, go to LA and stuff like that. And he there's no way he could afford to just turn around and buy a house. There's just no way.
No, yeah, my daughter's still there in Southern California, and I want to be the dad and just go, you need to move. There's no future here. But I'm just trying to play it cool, look for my opportunity. You know,
Damn, Art, I thought you were going to say, I want to be a cool dad and be like, look, I get it. I'll buy you a house.
I did. I offered her that when we moved to Texas, and she said she wanted to stay in Southern California.
No, I meant buy her house there.
Oh, you know what? I do okay, but even I wouldn't do that. Like, I mean, it's just like throwing money away. It really is. It's not really that nice. Like where I'm at right now, it's like, you know, not even close to the same, you know, price, and it's elevated living. I swear, it's so nice.
Yeah. Hey Dan, did you and the kids see fireworks last night or anything?
Did Dan freeze?
Dan?
Yeah, I think Dan's frozen.
There we are. I'm back.
You and the kids. Wow.
He's in shutdown mode. He's in sleep mode. He's like a robot.
No, we call it. I was biding my time.
I was about to say, wow. Somebody's pulling. That was a great impression of the debate.
I gotta leave. I gotta leave in like 2 minutes to go pick up these pizzas. But I did want to say the other thing that's crazy. I had friends that lived in San Francisco. They now live in Destin, Florida. God bless them. They had to buy. They bought their place, but they had to buy a parking space. Do you understand?
In
that,
Florida?
No, in San Francisco. And
right, yeah.
Space, it's your parking space, right?
Right.
Because you don't get a driveway or garage or nothing. You buy it, and there are people out there selling their parking space for 75 G's, just their parking space, so that you could say, "I have a place to park in San Francisco." Was it? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Hermosa Beach was like if you got an apartment, you made sure that you got someplace to park because it was called the impacted zone, no joke. And you had to either have a parking pass or you had to have some kind of delegated spot. So when you rented, you also negotiated for a parking spot. But that's
I mean, I know in New York it's the same thing. You can buy a parking spot. You know, you don't have to. New York's not as bad as San Fran, but there's areas of New York where it's like, yeah, buy a parking spot. You know? And they're just as pricey as what Dan was saying.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta go.
Yep.
All right, brother. Take it easy.
Brothers. Great to see you.
Thank you.
All right. Be good. Be good. Chat.
Have good
Great to see
pizza.
you guys. Oh, the table side. I know it's gonna be good.
All right.
In New York City, man, when you walk past some of those parking structures, they have like racks where they put cars on. You know, you drive.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was talking about. Right. You can buy them. Those are ones you can buy.
Those are crazy, man.
Dude, I know. It's like a freaking vending machine. Well, I mean, they have that. What's the name of that stupid car dealer that literally it's a huge vending machine?
Yeah, it's like CarMax. Yeah.
Carvana.
That's it.
Carvana, yeah.
Yeah, Carvana. Yeah. It's just, ugh, that's just crazy.
No one needs to live like that. I'm telling you, there's places in the United States that are a lot more reasonable and you have space to breathe. So anybody that thinks you got to live in those cities, you don't have to, man.
Yeah.
No.
I already said I'm glad we went. We checked off Sacramento. We checked off Carson City for the last two in the continental U.S. All we got left is Honolulu State Capitol, and we're done. But I will not go back. No reason for me to ever go back to just about anywhere on the West Coast.
Hey, Dennis, is it Carson City? Where's the Bonanza? I guess property or whatever.
I think that is Virginia City.
Is that Virginia City? Okay.
Yeah, we went there because it's out by Carson City, Virginia City. They're close because it's still like an old Western town, but the property where it was filmed out, somebody bought it. It was 24 acres, and I don't remember what it went for, but it was sold. It was cool. But
is the Bonanza still on the
old Western small town, and we saw like a reenactment of gun shootings and stuff. We went to a show outside. It was cool. That was neat. But yeah, Bonanza was out there, and then they made comments about it because the different westerns all had properties that were out there for it, but that was the one near there.
Do they still have the Bonanza house? Because there was actually the house that they filmed everything on that location.
Well, somebody bought that property, so it is privately owned.
Oh, so you couldn't see it? They didn't
No, we didn't even try. That was an option. It's just a personal property. So
Okay.
yeah, but they mentioned it during the show, because they were talking about Bonanza and stuff, and Big Hoss and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy,
Please
thanks
do.
for having me. Thanks for letting me promote Oodles of Doodles and other stuff
Oh,
too.
of course.
This bad boy right here. This is a 3-day. We're 3 days into it, and you guys are helping finance this dream. So thank you. Keep them coming, and I do appreciate that. And then you know what? That Christmas KOR-DRATH looks pretty badass. So you can get your KOR-DRATH for Christmas, and also
That's right.
we may be shipping this bad boy before Christmas. So if you're looking for stocking stuffers and under the tree goodies, we got 2 good books for you. So thanks again, you guys.
You got it.
I got the Diaz Brothers show I'm going to go on next. So
All right, man.
All right. Thanks for the invite.
Later, Art. Good
See you later, Art. Have a good one. I was going to say I uploaded an overlay so we can get a better look at the visuals for the 4 sample pages from inside the book for KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle, a fun little tale for the whole family. Look at that, kids playing in the snow, snowball fight, because they're kids, guys. They're not up to having axe and knife fights yet. Dennis wanted to do that, and I was like, no, Dennis, it's a kid's book.
But
Stop
you start
being
them
so
out
violent.
small. You start them out with snowballs. Later on, they can throw boulders.
That's right. We've got, it preps them to throw like rocks and things like that. We've got the KOR-DRATH activity book, which reprints the whole entirety of the story in black and white with the lettering so it can still be read. And there's activities as well. Dot to dot, crossword, word search. And of course, it's a coloring book, so every page can be colored. That is also available. There's the cover for it, coloring an activity book. Oh, isn't that sweet? And of course, the main cover, I love to read. It wasn't hard to come up with I love to read because I swear to God, every Wednesday after the comic shop for like 15 minutes straight, that's all that Dennis says is, I love to read. I love to read. I love to read. I'm like, I know you do. That's nice. Have a cookie. No, I love to read. I get it.
Okay. Well, I will say I really liked. I really did like Art's thing for the adult one. You'll like to bleed.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. You'll bleed. Yeah, that's kind of. I could see doing that, but just to really reinforce, maybe putting a little mature M graphic on the cover somewhere as well.
Yeah,
just to reinforce it. So. Jock Brewski says Dennis is a modern day LeVar Burton. Reading Rainbow is alive in him. Well, he was in San Francisco, so there probably was some type of rainbow alive in him. There.
reading is great for kids because, as we found out, Andy and I went to a movie a couple months ago, and I had a very bad experience at a McDonald's because, they don't use change because they couldn't count simple change back. So Andy and I were sitting in the movie theater and we were talking about it, and I was sitting next to another couple, and I was like, it's just amazing that, the school system now. I says, McDonald's, we ran into this, and, and I explained the situation. The guy next to me laughed. He goes, brother, you don't know the half of it. And I was like, oh, what's up? And he's like, I've been a McDonald's manager for 25 years. He goes, we have to get rid of, he goes, the reason we're bringing in kiosks, he goes, most of the kids that are coming out of school, they don't read, they can't do simple math, they don't show up for work. And he goes, so we need to be able to use a chip or a credit card and stuff. It is amazing. So it was so great sitting to talk to a guy who's been dealing with this for 25 years. And he goes, I'm telling you, the quality of kids that are coming out of high school, because McDonald's was originally meant to be, you know, a high school job.
Yeah.
You know, not a living wage. And wow, to hear that from a McDonald's manager of a quarter century, it just made me sad that this wasn't an isolated experience.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
I won't say the name of the establishment. It was a store Helen went to. I was with her, and we did self-checkout, and it was a little amount, and we had cash, so we just did that. And I can't remember why one of the like floating clerks that deals with like 4 of the self-checkout registers had to come over, but she did. It might have not been accepting the cash or something. I don't know. So she had to help. And what we do, we got the Helen was trying to put change in. She had exact change. So it was like $7.49, whatever. And the change wasn't working. You know, it just was not taking it. So Helen's like, okay, forget it. Here, give me the change back. Here's $1. You know, put the $1 in. So the girl puts the $1 in, and then it spits out the change, and Helen grabs the change, and we're just kind of standing there, and Helen's like, can I have my other change back? Like the original 49 cents Helen gave her to try and put in, she was just going to hold on to it. So Helen's like, can I have my change back? So she got it. What the hell? Dude, seriously, man. We went to Smoothie King. We were talking about this. Went to drive-through Smoothie King the other day. And when you pay, there's a button like there is everywhere now to pick an amount for a tip. It's like, no. No. So no tip for you. I mean, you're not doing anything. You're doing your job. You're getting paid your regularly hourly wage. You're not getting paid the $3 and whatever 20 cents that a server gets where they rely on tips. Smoothie King people are getting whatever minimum wage is, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, deal with it. You want tips? Go wait tables. That's what I say.
There it is from Andy's mouth. You know, Andy, maybe it's time to play the trailer.
Let's do that.
I think so. I think we've got a bunch more people that have popped on.
I know. So here is the trailer for KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle, a children's book. Oh, that is just heartwarming. Little teaser at the end just to titillate you some. Ooh, what's with that evil grunty laugh from the green looking troll? Well, you'll have to buy the book and find out. Because it is KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle, a sweet little tale taking place during that magical season at the Black Eagles tribe. Kids are playing in the snow, throwing snowball. KOR-DRATH and Adriana are decorating a tree when she surprises them the night before with a gift. Who gives gifts on Christmas Eve? Well, she did. He got stunned by it, makes up an excuse so he can go out and find her the perfect Christmas present and hopefully be back in time to ring in Christmas at midnight. Will he make it? Will he find her the perfect Christmas gift? You'll have to get KOR-DRATH, A Christmas Miracle, for your little son or daughter that can either read it themselves or you can read it to them to find out. We've got the KOR-DRATH Children's Bundle. 37 books get you all 3 books. Wait, 3 books? That's right, the 24-page kids book. The 24-page adult mature version where we are spicing it up a bit with the violence. No nudity or anything like that. Just some violence that you would enjoy in KOR-DRATH, the regular graphic novel, but in this simple style. And of course, there's the 32-page KOR-DRATH activity book. Retail $42. We're selling it for $37. Get it in time for Christmas. Ship it in November. And then you can go through and pick any other thing. Maybe you just want the activity book because you can read the whole story in black and white and have some activity pages. Or the children's book, or the mature version. The KOR-DRATH Kids Pack. Both the kids book and the activity book for a discounted rate. And of course, the kids and adult book combo, the children's book and the mature version for a discounted rate as well. No add-ons on this campaign, just nice and simple. Pick the one you want, back it, adjust the quantity upon checkout if you'd like more than one, and we'll be shipping them in November. So there you go. Marcus says, well, Italians gives presents on Christmas Eve. Not my wife. She's not into that crap either. She's Italian. What say you, Dennis? Do you exchange one gift on Christmas Eve, or is it all Christmas Day?
Well, we've got a long family tradition. So typically speaking, Christmas Eve, we go to church. Then we come back and we make fondue, the homemade fondue. And that's our Christmas Eve night. And we do that with the large family. So we're usually up north or here. And then we exchange gifts with them. So we do that. Christmas morning, we typically exchange our gifts within the family. And then we usually have family over and we do raclette and stuff like that. So, yeah. So we exchange gifts twice. Once with the giant family and on Christmas Eve, and our personal one just for ourselves on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's so special. And it's actually 3 times because then there's little Christmas exchange between us. 3 times, Dennis.
Well, that's not at Christmas. We usually do that beforehand.
That's true. But it is the most special that you hold dear to your heart, and I appreciate that.
It is. It is. Yes. Christmas Day is always special.
Nope. The day with me. Doc Brewski, I give my daughters an ornament on Xmas Eve. I skipped last year thinking they were too old, and they freaked out. That's pretty funny. My dad, before he passed away, would give us, my brother and myself, a little, what is that, a fifth? What size is those little bottles?
No, the
Whatever.
50 bigger ones.
That's right. No, my dad used to give us the little tiny bottles, one serving tiny bottle of alcohol. He started doing that back when we were like 16 or so. And my brother always cracked his open and drank it, whereas I have a shelf on my wall behind me. I have them all up until the year my dad passed away. So that's what he used to give us. But yeah, I would never have said no. So there it is. Yeah. So that's cool. No, I like traditional stuff like that.
I do too. My parents always got me when they came out. I think it was 91. Hallmark started putting out the Star Trek ornaments. So my mom got my brother and I the Star Trek ornaments every single year. Sometimes it was just a ship in the beginning. Later on, they had multiple ships, or sometimes a ship and some characters and stuff. So, you know, I literally have just about every Hallmark ornament out there. But after my dad passed and stuff, we were like, yeah, I'm good. There's not a lot of ornaments coming out for Star Trek now. So I'm good with that. But it was great because I literally have an entire attic full. Well, a lot of them are now hanging. They've changed over the years, but that was great.
Do you have that?
Which one?
That.
Oh yeah, I have that. So the older ones plugged into the socket, and they had to start going away from it. And then the middle gear ones started being batteries. So I had to buy like 100 watch batteries because I have to swap them out like once a year. And then, the newer ones, they're all a little bit different, but I actually hang them. There's a whole group of them I don't even put up now. I've got them in my bedroom. I've got a wire hanging, so I just hang them up there year round because they're just cool. And then I also got the Battlestar Galactica this last year, which actually was pretty cool.
Oh, very nice. Very
But I
nice.
do have, and it is on the DNA Show site. I do have the storytellers of the Mirror Universe, and I play through. I've got all the characters in the ship on top of the 12-foot tree, and it's videoed because it's on the wreath. And I actually video the entire storyline. It's almost 10 minutes long, and it's a great set of ornaments. So that is hands down my favorite ornaments because it's just so cool.
I'm going to come over with the Millennium Falcon ornament and shoot down all your Star Trek ships.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. So you just outed yourself.
Oh, let's be real. All right. I'm going to come over with the Death Star ornament and shoot down all your Star Trek ships.
I already have the Death Star ornament, so you won't make it in the front door.
God darn it. I'm going to come over with the Gotcha Man plane and shoot down all your Star Trek ships.
Ooh, I know. Gotcha Man came out this last week, and I wasn't here, so I can't wait to make it to the comic shop and pick up all my back ones.
There you go. I'm going to come over with my little Red Ryder Daisy BB gun and shoot down all your Star Trek ships.
Nope, you're going to shoot somebody's eye out.
Well, I mean, if you're standing that close to one of your Star Trek ships with your face near it, that could happen. But if I just have a clear shot to the tree, I'm good.
No.
I'll be like, pull, and you'll flow it up to look like, look, my ship's flying, and I'll just blow it out of the sky.
You are living proof that JFK, there were multiple shooters. I'm just saying.
I don't understand that reference at all. What
Yeah,
the hell does that mean?
They do. You're a terrible shot. Need more than one.
No, I'm not. I'm not a terrible shot at all. So there. Nope, not at all. Captain Bipto says geek argument. It is, but that's okay. That's what we are. We admit it. We can admit it.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Back to the soapbox. I was going to say, my son works for Home Depot going on 3 years now. He taught him respect, work ethic. See, he makes $5 more an hour. So when the stores now, if they get a good employee, they understand they're hard to get and they will pay them more. So good on him. I love.
Yeah, I saw that. Captain Bipto, wait a second. Stop it. Don't drop mine. Captain Bipto says he's got to come out of his house sometime, Andy. Ambush him and make him eat a plain donut.
Oh, God. Oh, we did see quite a few of those plain donut urinal cakes in San Francisco. So now we know where they originated from.
By the way, I didn't want to say anything about the story to Dennis until he got it. I just read the new Gotcha Man last night. Looks like they're already setting up to kill the team and replace them with the woke force.
No,
I don't think I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, they did introduce this new team, which I don't believe was ever like something from like canon, you could say, you know. But I don't remember Gotcha Man enough to know if it was something or not. But yeah, I mean, they do introduce this new team that the original Gotcha Man team are like training, you know, fighting and stuff. So I don't think they're going to kill him. Also comes with it. Yeah, no, I saw that too. I didn't even read it in the back. I just didn't give a crap. Gotcha Man also comes with a intro comic for Vags. Yep. Mags. Sashio. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's you know, it's like a 4-page preview on the back, but I mean, it's not even that. It's just, I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I've got no interest in this. But Chris Batista's drawing Gotcha Man. He's really trying to get that style. And I think he's doing a great job with it. So, because that was always my problem with the other Gotcha Man stuff. Not all of it, but some of it. It's so stylized in the cartoon that you want to kind of see it that way. And I think Chris is doing a good job doing that. So,
Well, I'll knock on wood that it'll be worth it. So that was one of the books I was very excited about. So I know I've got because I couldn't make it the week of that we left. So I think I got like 3 weeks of books piled up there.
well, yeah. I mean, there's always this weekend.
Well, that may be an option. I've got a bunch of messages coming through, so maybe I'm on the way up or back or something. I can swing in and pick them up.
That's right. That big stash. Uh-oh. My phones are ringing.
Uh-oh. If it's a ringing.
It is.
So,
I'll be right back.
So Doc said, I worked in the food service for a long time. This is where my soapbox comes in. I'm a big on tipping, but you have to earn it. Exactly. You earn it. So the issue that I was always going to say is I've been in both the food service and retail for a lot of years. I really think for kids today to understand what it's like and have empathy on the other side, everybody should work in the food industry or the retail industry or both, but at least some time in their life, because those jobs are very many of the times thankless jobs. People just come and assume things. They're rude to you, and you're usually not making a lot of money. So when you get a good server, or if you're it used to be like Best Buy, you would go there and get somebody who really knew their stuff, and nowadays you don't. You go there, and honestly, I know more from just reading Tom's Hardware than what any of the people that work there are, unless they're in like the Geek Squad or something like that. So my soapbox is everybody should be in food service or retail at some point in their life, just to understand what it is like and to treat people with respect, because that was the one thing that a lot of people, particularly professionals like lawyers and stuff, they'll come down and they'll treat you like dirt, and they just expect you to take it. I didn't.
You did not. I knew it. I knew it.
Smokey, shut up and make me a Sammy.
Make me a chamois. Wait, it was fair. Wait, what is Gotcha Man Deathmatch? I don't remember that. What was that?
Uh-oh. There weren't 2 Gotcha Mans that came out, was it?
No. Well, oh, wait. This week. Was it this week? It's either this week or next week. Another book comes out starring just the villain guy. Here we go. Another guest to the show. Aaron.
It's me, and I'm here.
I know, dude. The Kit Carter poster came out fantastic.
Dude, that looks so good.
I actually reformatted some of the credits down at the bottom and did a little bit more color touch up because it's such a pain anytime you scan or photograph a painting to get the color even close to what it so I did a little bit more tweaking. But yeah, it is ready to go to the printer first thing next week.
So you tweaked it in Photoshop. You don't mean you went back and tweaked the painting?
No, I'm done painting on it. I just
the painting looks great.
Just little color adjust here and there in Photoshop, and
I mean that's kind of like what NASA did with the fake photos of the moon landing. They had to do some color adjustment here and there.
Those were in black and white though, so it was more of a tonal adjustment, I think. Weren't they in black and white, or am I mistaken?
No, there's color photos.
Okay. So
yeah.
So they got how many times we go to the moon? Allegedly 6 times, 5 times,
6.
Okay. So
yeah,
they got everybody. So they faked the first one, right? But then they thought, let's fake 5 more to really. I have a little problem with that. And then I think also, what was the Apollo 13? Where they almost died in space. I mean, that seemed not fake, but maybe it is. Maybe the whole thing.
I'll say this. If you look at it and there's the middle of I don't know either way, I'm still over the edge on yes, but I did watch that 3.5 hour documentary on YouTube that Paul sent the link to, it is freaky.
No, I watched a guy who talks to. He has a YouTube channel. He has a fish puppet in a bowl or something that he talks to, and I know that seems like that's a good source.
I was going to say that sounds very.
Yeah, but anyway, he did this thing on the moon landing, right? And he went through like 6 or 7 points where it was fake, and you went, oh my gosh! And after watching that, I was like, maybe it was faked. But then he came right back and then explained the reasoning why it wasn't each of those, things that they pointed out and said, oh, this is problematic. And they explained every single one of them. And then you're like, so he goes, so as of right now, he goes, I'm still on board with the fact that we did actually go. And so it was.
So I would love to see that. If you ever found it, shoot it to me.
I can't even remember.
The 3-hour one touched on, 3.5 hours. It touched on many points. It then touched on people debunking the people that were saying it never happened, and with their explanations of why. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then this guy comes back and goes, hold my beer, and debunks their debunk on why they said it was real. And you're just like, seriously, dude. I was talking to Dan about it on the phone, and I was talking to Dennis about it yesterday when he was over here for the 4th. And I mean, like I said, I'm still on the edge of we went, but with all this stuff, you're just like, whoa. And you're right. The first photos, I believe, were black and white, but the later photos from like Apollo 14, 15, whatever, those were in full color.
Yeah, I enjoy good conspiracy theory, and I'm on board with a lot of it from just what we've seen in our government just recently that say the Trump presidency exposed. But for me, it's like at some point, it's like, I don't believe people can keep their mouth shut. And it's just hard for me to believe that they allegedly went to the moon 5 or 6 times and none of this, no one that was involved said anything or, it got out. It just seems impossible to me. But
I agree. And
Captain Bipto says,
talk about that too.
All the moon conspiracy people, he thought they were all nuts until I saw a NASA guy tell a reporter that they lost the technology to go to the moon. What does that mean? Because that's intriguing.
Sketchy. That's a little sketchy, that part.
And I don't think that was even brought up in the documentary I watched. It was just a bunch of, it was technical. The stuff they talked about was technical, and they talked to like photography experts, like some of the world's best photographers they talked to, just in regards to, like, here's one. There was always people saying, well, it was fake, because when they show the photos from the moon, the sky's totally black. Where the hell are all the stars? Right. And that was a minor one.
Right.
Well, that was one they brought up. They talked to these experts. They showed the experts the settings that they were using on this specific camera. And as soon as the experts saw the settings on the camera, they were like, oh yeah, if that's the settings they're using, you wouldn't see any stars.
Sure, because it would all be dealing with f-stops and your shutter speeds and stuff like that. Especially dealing with cameras of that era.
The problem is, it's like if you talk to a flat earther, they will knock your socks off with why the earth is flat and science, and you'll walk away going, wow, maybe the earth is flat. But then you talk to, Shelley or anybody that's an expert in physics and spherical geometry, and anybody that's flown in an airplane, you'll know that it's not possible. The earth can't be flat. So, but I don't know.
I hear you.
Will we ever know? Will we ever know for sure?
Only if we go into space ourselves. We should have asked William Shatner when we saw him.
Right. So that means Shatner's space flight was fake, right? Because didn't he get outside the atmosphere?
But I don't know. Did he go through the radiation belt? Now you've got
no. No,
didn't go high
you don't
enough,
have
did
to.
he?
You don't have to go that far up just to break out from the atmosphere for the radiation belt.
Okay.
You can get out of the atmosphere before the radiation belt, if I
But
remember the stuff
okay,
right.
but certainly he saw that the Earth was round, right?
I would expect, yes.
Yeah, so he would come back if it was flat. He probably would go, So yeah, that flat Earth thing.
Did
I
he
know
take a picture on his phone?
Well,
I
I'm
don't
going to
know.
believe a 93-year-old cynical a-hole like Shatner, if the Earth was flat, would probably come back and say something. What are they going to say? Oh, if you say anything, we're going to kill you. He goes, I'm going to be dead in 6 months anyway. So it's
Well, I don't know about 6 months, but
6 months. Aaron's put a expiration date on William Shatner. You heard it live.
The dude is overweight and he's 93 years old. How long is he going to last? Come on, he's not going to last forever. I just don't see him. That whole flat Earth thing I find amusing. But our friend Paul Ravoche, he's all about it.
So you missed Dan. Fragaboom was on and Art was on, and so we were asked, JFK, one shooter or multiple?
I don't care. I think I've never been a big. I've never been that big into the whole JFK thing. I find it interesting, but I will say this: I'm not into the second shooter thing and all that kind of crap. I think it's much more likely that there were other people involved in making sure that Oswald took out Kennedy. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me if there was, if Lyndon Johnson was in on the whole thing. That wouldn't surprise me a bit. But I think it went down physically as we've been told. I think Oswald was the shooter. The whole Jack Ruby thing I find kind of iffy. I know Ethan is convinced that it was just the whole thing was above board, and maybe it was, but I wouldn't be surprised if our government agencies were involved somehow in that assassination. So there you go.
Oh.
Well, I guess you'll just need to join us in November 20th.
Well,
find out.
I don't spend a great deal of time researching this stuff, and so I'm not really good at arguing the points.
No. You can. So we could have 6 people where it's Dan and Dennis, multiple shooter theory, against Ethan and Billy, single shooter theory, and then Aaron and I will just be in the middle. And with 6 people, you can do 3 on top, 3 on bottom. So I can stack them properly, and then Aaron and I can be in the middle, and we'll just be like a tennis match like this while they're talking back and forth.
Yeah, convince me one way or the other.
And then at the end of it, Aaron and I will give our legit who sold us the best at the end of it.
Yeah, and I think we do have to do, because I bet we're going to have quite a few people on for that. We need to take an audience poll to see who makes it. But we don't want to put the poll up too early because some of the best arguments could come at the end.
It's true.
That's true. Aaron, I want to play the trailer because I don't know if you've seen it.
Let's see it.
It's going to tingle your heart.
If only you could have done it in claymation, it would have been perfect.
I know. Funny thing is, I do know a stop motion guy in town. It's a little above our budget, though.
Yeah, I was going to say a few hours work might be involved in that.
Ooh. Get you the tingles in all the right areas.
Oh, Christmas time.
Little 24-page Christmas book featuring KOR-DRATH and Adriana. He has to go on a last-minute quest on Christmas Eve to find her the greatest Christmas present ever because she got him a gift. And like the big dummy we are, he's like, don't wait until Christmas Eve. Not smart, KOR-DRATH. time to go out, adventure out into the woods, meet some new friends, have a little bit of adventures. I mean, just look, Aaron, seriously, this could be you reading to your grandson.
Is this just simply a retelling of the Jingle All the Way story with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nothing like it.
Not at all.
Okay.
Wow. Of all things to pick up to retell, that would be on the bottom of my list.
Exactly. So,
There's some people actually like that movie.
wait, did you say people actually like that movie? I like Jingle All the Way.
Oh, see, there you go. Perfect.
You don't like that movie?
I think it's stupid.
Oh my God, Dennis.
I'm kind of there with Aaron.
Oh my God, Phil Hartman, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep. Liked
Oh,
him all his characters. That has nothing to do with the story. All you're naming is characters. That is
Sinbad's
right.
in there
And the
too.
story, I thought
Yeah,
the story was
Sinbad.
fun. It was a fun movie, you Grinch bastards.
All right. I got to back up a little bit though on a Schwarzenegger take. Again, this is kind of like the moon landing, like how tall these guys are for real, right?
Mhm.
Now, he claimed to be 6'2". I doubted it based on some pictures I'd seen him standing next to other people. But I did see a picture for Red Sonja, right? And he was standing next to Brigitte Nielsen.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And he's a hair taller than she is. And she, according to her bio, is 6'1", which I believe. So maybe he is 6'2", or was in his heyday.
Yes.
There you go. I'm just throwing that out there.
Because there is shrinkage, as you
There
get
is.
older.
I went to the doctor. Actually, I took Shelly to the doctor and they were measuring her. And I went, measure me, will you? So I stood in there and I had lost almost a half an inch. And I was
You've got to be
furious.
kidding me.
I was furious.
Were you standing up straight?
Yeah.
Where do you think you lost it? What? From cartilage compression and stuff? I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't know.
It is fact. Aaron, I've also lost a half an inch of my height.
trust me, Susie complains all the time.
No,
when you're working with an inch and a half, losing a half inch is a big deal, Dennis.
When I was 21, I was 6'2.25". They measured me in at 6'1 3/4. And I was like, this can't be right. But I haven't gone to another doctor yet but I will. When I go for my annual checkup, then we'll get to the bottom of this.
See,
I was
there's
a thing called a tape measure in a wall, Aaron.
Yeah, I know, but the doctor's thing's got it all set up.
Right. And they're accurate. I was 6'1", and then I had actually went down to 6'1.5 inches. And then last time I went in, I was just over 6 foot. So I was like 6.25. And I'm like, oh, got it. Keep going. I'm going to be in danger of being under 6 foot. So yeah, I've also lost.
That's the plan, bitch. I haven't lost height at all. I'm still 5'10 3/4. Welcome to my world in a few years, big guy. We'll be seeing eye to eye.
Now, hang on a second. You're like
no, I won't.
You're like 8 years younger than me, aren't you?
What?
How old are you, Andy?
8? No. You just turned 60 this year, right?
Right.
I'm 4 years younger than you.
Okay.
No,
well,
5.
It's that last
5.
That's that last 5 years.
Nice math, Andy.
Last 5 years, man. It's going to go just like this. You just wait.
Yep.
Nope. I stretch myself every day at the gym. I'm like, put me on the rack.
Well, I go to the chiropractor. I'm like, yeah, okay, pull that neck. Pull it. So
that's right.
Well, that is true.
Dennis goes to a chiropractor, and obviously it's working in reverse for him. So,
well, yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get measured. I'm gonna get a second opinion on my height. I will do that and report back on it.
Oh, that's good.
But my blood pressure is low, as Moromi's asking about my blood pressure. I have low blood pressure. I always have, so I'm not really worried about that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Did you do anything fun for 4th of July? See the grandson?
No. It was Josh's birthday, but they had plans. You know, when people get to be adults, they just kind of phase their parents out. It's like, you guys don't need to come over and make me a cake. And I'm like, okay, saves me some work. But so they had plans, and but we're gonna probably hook up with them this weekend and kind of do a little birthday shindig. I guess we'll see if it works out. But no, I worked all day yesterday and into the night. I have been doing word balloon placement for Kit Carter, doing some color adjustments, and putting together my San Diego exclusive. Should I even announce this? There's going to be an exclusive Kit Carter ash can for San Diego to use as a sales tool, of course, to people that didn't back the campaign. And everybody that's on the campaign will actually be able to get a copy if they want one for considerably less money than what I'll be charging the people at San Diego for it. So there you go. I put that
very nice. Look at that exclusive.
Bing, bing, bing. TNA show exclusive.
There you go.
And well, here's a question. Now that people have seen the fantastic finished poster, if they've already backed it, but they just want to go get the poster, I don't remember. I haven't looked at it in a while. Is there a separate tier for the poster or no?
The poster is a separate perk because it ships separately because it's going to be mailed in a tube, right? The only way that you could have got combined shipping on all that stuff is if you got the Kit Carter Completist, which has now been taken down because the shirts have been sent in. But that had like one of everything, and it was in a big box, and so the poster tube actually fit inside the box. And otherwise, the poster is a separate order item anyway. So,
good to know. And what's the dimension of that poster again?
14 by 36.
Nice. Might have to go pick one up now that I saw the final. You know, I saw the sketch and I was like, sketch looks good. Don't know if he can finish it though.
Don't know if he can pull it off. That's what some
don't
people
know if he can pull it off. And then he did in marvelous fashion. So I might have to go do that. So
let me see if I've got the updated.
Yeah, share it.
I had to.
My past master Dan says one of everything is what I used to call an old girlfriend. Wow. Otherwise known as Stormy Daniels. Or what?
Oh boy.
One of everything, huh?
I guess.
Yeah, let's see here. Where is that thing? Where is that thing? Did you guys watch Jaws yesterday?
No, we watched. Actually, you have Netflix, right?
Yeah, I do.
Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Axel Foley.
It's good.
Is it? Okay, because I was reading mixed reviews on it, but it sounded like they were good enough that
it felt like I went back in time, even though it takes place present day and stuff. It had the same vibe, the same feeling, the same good old theme song music when stuff is going on.
How old is
61?
Yeah, I think Eddie's 61 and Paul Reiser's, isn't he 5 years older?
Yeah, I think he's 66.
Paul Reiser.
Yeah, Paul Reiser. Everybody's back.
Yeah, literally everybody. Judge Reinhold, John Ashton, they all made it back. And
excellent.
Bronson
all retired, I assume, right?
Yeah, Bronson Pinchot is in it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, he had such a big part.
Well, he still just kills it with his part in this.
They're just still the best.
All right, so here's what I did. Her face was picking up too much of the background red in the scan, so I lightened it just a hair, which I like it. It looks better now. It looks closer to what it did. And then down here in the credits, I went and looked at probably 20 different insert movie poster credits. Every single one of them are different. There's not like a uniform pattern that anybody follows, right? So I was just like, I can do pretty much whatever I want. So it now reads Empire Comics in association with Cold Crocodile Press Inc. present an Aaron Lopresti film, Planet Doom, starring Kit Carter and Merv the Astro Chimp. Then we have written, produced, and directed by Aaron Lopresti. That, of course, is me. An Empire Comics release. And down here in the box, color by Kelsey Deluxe.
Nice. Kelsey Deluxe. I get it.
And that'll be his new nickname. And
by the way,
the PG.
I like this idea. Just saying.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know. It feels like a real movie poster, and that's kind of
dude. It looks freaking great. Did you do a rating? Blow up on the bottom part. Is there the rating box down there?
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was right there.
Yep. It's PG. Some material may not be suitable for children. Mild language, crude humor, and some thematic elements. That's about exactly what this comic book is. And look,
And
I
what are
even
the
got
numbers?
serial numbers down there.
024124. What do they signify anything, or you just pick some
Yes,
numbers?
but far from me to tell what it is. But it's a secret code that gets you nothing. But
Nice.
yeah, they all have all these inserts have these serial numbers at the bottom like this, and so I did it. I wanted it to be as authentic as possible. And there's Kit smiling at you.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Did you finally sign it? The painting?
Well, it's kind of it gets cropped, so I may slide it over on there. I may just leave it blank. I don't know.
I hear you.
A lot of
I like it.
A lot of movie posters you don't find the signature like Bob Peak you do or something like that, but
oh sure.
Like the guy who did Jaws didn't sign it, you know?
No.
So
I know he was actually at he was at one of those monster conventions here in town 5 or 6 years. It was before COVID, and I met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, he just passed away recently. He was in his 90s.
Did he really?
So,
oh, I didn't know that.
think,
Too bad.
I think painters live longer. That's why I'm going to switch and become a painter, so I can suffer longer in this cruel world.
No, there you go. I mean, that makes total sense.
I'm even shorter. I see what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'll be like 5'4" and painting. 96 years old, painting at my easel.
That's
right. Anyway,
right.
yeah, there you go. So I just want to share that with you. So
Ronan says he bought poster 16.
Thank you very much,
guys. We are at $391. 8 backers. Let's somebody come on now. Let's pop that cherry and get it over the 400 mark so I can go eat dinner. My wife was texting me, so if you saw me looking down, that's why. So get in there. Somebody backs the $12 activity book. Boom, it's over. Somebody buys just one copy of the book for $15. Boom, it's over.
You know, I was going to say, it looks like the children's bundle seems to be the favorite. And where you get, the children's bundle.
It's a great deal. All 3 books, $37 instead of $42. And here's the other thing. The shipping, because this is not a heavy book, and because I have examples of a book this size from the ones I drew back in the day, I was able to weigh everything, and the shipping cost for one book is the same cost as the bundle.
Yeah, isn't that nice for once? Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you guys you guys should have a candy cane stretch goal, like you hit and everybody gets a candy cane in their package.
Oh, we got a stretch goal already.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, we do have a stretch goal.
I want candy though.
No,
I know you do.
You don't get
we've got the 8.5 by 8.5 KOR-DRATH and Adriana cutout. So it's a fun activity you can do with your little one. Get them the little kids. It's a standee. You get them the kid scissors, and you help them cut it out, and you can stand them up on your little desk.
I like it.
I mean, Dennis told me he's going to cut out Adriana and put her on his nightstand. So,
well,
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, with the children's bundle, you get the awesome story you can sit down and read to your kids or grandkids. It's already been checked over. Perfect age group for your young reader. Either they're learning to read or you can read it to them. You also get the activity book, the entire story in black and white where you can color. If you don't like Andy's choice of colors, you can color KOR-DRATH.
Whoa. It's not my choice of colors. Our buddy Brad Venkata is doing the colors. If you don't like Brad's choice
Brad
of colors.
already. Look at you.
Well, I'm not the colorist.
You can color it however you want. But then there's also activities. You want to do some crossword puzzles, some word searches, some dot to dots, and be able to draw your own KOR-DRATH. It's all there. And then for you adults, due to popular demand, you guys wanted an adult version with real violence and a slightly different story. So you asked for it, you got it. There's an adult, mature version of the book that Art came up with a great name for, which we will see.
And there's no sex, there's no nudity, it's just the violence. So, it's fun. And here's a page of example.
You have an adult children's book.
Well, yeah.
That's why there's
But it's
3
still,
separate
you know,
books.
the dialogue above this stuff is really fun, so that's why we're not showing it. It still fits in with the overall story, though. You know, we're swapping pages out, so I'm drawing more pages and doing patches and stuff, but it still, you know, fits in with the story. It's still about him having to go get this present for Adriana. So,
well, it's, you know, it's fun for the adult crowd too. You know, you got to keep everybody happy, Andy. So you're a crowd pleaser.
I know. So there you go, guys. 391, very nice. Like I said, this is the little campaign that we figured we'd put out as well. I'm gonna do another refresh real quick. All right, we're at 391. That's cool. I do have to end it before my wife kills me with these text messages. Thank you guys for joining us on this launch. Of course, we'll be promoting this, and of course, KOR-DRATH, The Awakening as well. Let's hit a refresh on this while we're here. Oh, we got another backer on that. Climbing up. That's right. Climbing up to 50 grand for the first stretch goal, the Vordoom playable character card that every backer will get. He's one badass mofo.
Look at
12
that.
feet tall with this harem of undead ladies. He is Vordoom the Undying. And some fantastic stats on the back to play in the KOR-DRATH new module or your favorite other role-playing game. So check that out as well. And like I mentioned before, if you missed out with the Adriana shirt, there's now an add-on. So if you want to get the KOR-DRATH shirt, just add it on, save on shipping. Same with KOR-DRATH. You could click on that, add on the Adriana shirt, save on shipping. A few guys asked us about that, so we made it happen for you guys. So there you go. Oh, look what Dennis has. Didn't know if he was going to show it. He's happy and he knows it. It's in a frame. That is a 24 by 36 inch poster featuring Adriana and Lilith by the very talented Bud Root and Dan Lawless. We're trying to decide how we want to handle it, because up front it is, you know, a poster that size. It is really heavy stock paper. I don't know. It's cool.
Not your typical poster paper, guys. This is heavy bond paper. I would almost call it a light cardboard. And so I stopped to test it out to see what it would be like. This is the prototype, and the thickness. This is an awesome poster. It's really cool. It holds up to the test of time, and we've got to kick around. We just wanted to see what it would look like in person. Did a great job, and it turned out fantastic. So we will be working on how we're going to work this in somehow, some way. But we thought we would just pique your interest a little bit.
That's right.
That's very cool.
So thank you guys for joining us. Aaron, Art, Fragaboom all joined us. Thank them. Aaron, go check out Aaron's Kit Carter. Grab that poster.
Yeah, that poster.
You know you want it. I have a feeling there might be a add-on for me coming down the line.
Well, I was going to say, I backed it, I think, in October. And so I definitely have to add this on because it just turned out fantastic.
Thank you, gentlemen. Greatly appreciate it.
Hey, we're cheap. Is it possible when you go to checkout with the poster to go, I want 2, and then it would just ship to either my address or Dennis's?
I guess so.
That's a great answer. Okay. Everybody, thank you for joining. Go back. Go back. KOR-DRATH, The Awakening, and for the kid in your life, or the kid in you, KOR-DRATH, The Christmas Miracle. Thank you all for joining us. We'll catch you later. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.